Oh, hey. Okay, you guys are there. I'm using this StreamYard tonight, so I wanted to kind of check this out. How are you guys? Silver Music. Jennifer Hayes. Hi. Michigan Gal, what's up? Chrissy R. How are you, lady? Hey, Tani. Hey, Alexis. Hey, Rose. Hey, Steph. Hey, Jay. How are you? I'm seeing there's some drama going on, but can't figure out what. I think. What up, Katie? Hey, Sunny. Hey, Julie. I think if you watch the lives that have been going on tonight, you'll be able to put a little bit together on that. I really, I mean, if you have any questions for me directly, I'll answer them. But I don't want to speak for anyone else who spoke tonight. But if you want to ask me any questions, I'm cool with that. Hey, what's up, Sharon? Casey. Okay, so I'm on this new oops. See, I don't even know what this does. It's pretty cool. You need a drink and you don't drink. What's up, Shell? And Karina. I don't know, Karina, if I said hi to you yet. What's up, Rachel? What's up, Kimberly? Yeah, what a night. It's a lot of crazy shit going on the tubes. Hey, sunflowers. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions for me, that's fine. I mean, Tani said, "What's your opinion, Jay?" Well, there's a lot of things that I guess I can say this much because I still, I still just have a hard time like totally outing things from a real life friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, without saying too many details, there's a lot of things that came out tonight that A, I already knew, and B, I questioned but were kind of confirmed. Um, no, sulfur music, not, I mean, indirectly I'm involved. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I was brought up. Thank you, Casey. The Glarish is crazy. Oh, the Glarer. I'll send you. All right, so it's not Zoom that I'm using. It is StreamYard. So this is something I've never used before, but dude, it's really super easy. But let me send you, it's going to be a link. And I believe you just, are you on your phone or are you on a computer? You guys, the Glarer is going to call in and shoot the shit with me for a little bit. Veruska, you won't read any of my messages. I didn't get any messages from you. Okay, I'm very clear. Okay, you're on the computer. All right, so I'm going to send you a link. It's going to open up StreamYard's website. And you have to enable your audio. You can turn off your video and put a picture in there or whatever. But you have to allow it when you initially go on. But it's easier to use from a browser than a phone. That's why I asked. What's up, Bad Bish? According to Oni, subscribers and creators are going to get hurt when he drops screenshots. I don't know about that. I think, honest to God, I think if he was going to drop screenshots, he would have dropped them tonight. You would have seen those pulled up immediately. All right, let me send Willard the link. Crazy couple of days. I'm very concerned about Oni and very concerned about Daniel B. Would you mind would you put my mind at ease? Any updates? It's already hard having to care for my husband who's disabled, but I also care about my YouTubers and friends. And you know what? I understand that you care about your YouTuber friends. And yeah, me too. Me too, sleuths. I understand that you care about your YouTube friends. But with your husband being disabled, and I'm not trying to come at you judgy. I just want to give you something to think about. So like with your husband being disabled, that takes up a lot of your time. And I bet your YouTube is kind of an outlet, because that is, being a caregiver is one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. So I'm sure your YouTube is kind of your outlet. And I just think that maybe, choosing your creators who bring you joy and bring you positivity is a lot more productive than, being in chats that are, that are brutal and hateful and conniving and backstabbing. I mean, that's just my take on it. Hey, Wicked Crazy Truth. I've never seen your name before. All right, so there I have sent the link to the Glarer. Or it's sending right now, I should say. Hey, Georgia Dog. G-Dog. Well, it's just something to think about, Angelina. When you have your outlet, like have fun, like be around people that are positive and lift you up. And yeah, hey, handsome. Okay. All right. Yeah, I sent the link. Oh, I'll email it. Well, for God's sakes. Gotta be difficult, don't you? All right. So yeah, pretty much everything that was brought out tonight, I wasn't surprised with at all, if I can say that. But I'm not going to bash Oni. I'm really not. Even though I have been sent things now that shows me that he didn't offer that same respect to me, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to go down to that level. Stephanie, well, whatever it is, I'm with you, Jay. I know you and your character and morals, and that's all I need to know. All that other talk is just background noise. Thanks, Stephanie. Wow, 130 high lurkers. Well, they probably think that I'm going to, be shit talking, and I'm not. Starlight, star bright, the brightest star of my night. What's up? She needs to see John live. Oh, Jesus. You didn't see John's live because you were over there. I heard you flapping your gums. Dish with Lish, how are you? I miss you, girlfriend. Well, thank you, Sunny B. Yeah, I know. I heard you flapping your yap. You crack me up. I don't know what happened tonight. I'm interested in the StreamYard thing. I want to see it in action. I want to see it in action too. It's pretty cool. Actually, it's super duper easy. I just don't think I have like the capabilities that I had with OBS. I don't think I have the same. I mean, I can screen share and stuff, but I don't know if it's not as in depth. It's easy. So you're probably going to see a lot more people being able to do this that couldn't. Georgia Dog, do you know how many times I had to unhide your ass in Molly Golightly? I'm sure a lot. So they were hiding him, Casey, and you unhid him. I missed it. I couldn't even read the comments. They were going so damn fast. Hi, Miss Melissa. He was being a bad boy. Uh-oh. What's new? Troublemaker. Don't you have a wrench? You have a wrench here. I can't tell on this Streamlabs who has a wrench and who doesn't. That's one thing that's weird. Hey, Jay, and your voice is super clear, more clear than usual. Really? Cool. And you know what? It's probably this StreamYard. I wonder if that's why it's more clear. Hi, Rose. There was a piece to the puzzle since we last talked. Let's chat soon. Who's Rose? So Starlight, you need to watch John's live for sure. Dude, that man brought some major truth. It was crazy. Oh, the last part was for me. Oh, there was a piece to the puzzle. Yes. Lish, I texted you a couple times. I didn't know if you had some stuff going on. Jay loved the bad boy. Loved or loves bad boys? Is that what you mean? Yeah, tonight was draining. That's why we're just chilling here. Gotta tone it down, right? Gotta bring yourself back down. Almost 20K subs. Way to go, Jay. It's been a while since I've been around. What is up, 20 Toes? Dude, I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you, though. Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm ready to celebrate 20,000. Isn't that weird? And people say I bought them, but I didn't. Oh, wait. I got to add. Oh, the glare has just been sitting down here at the bottom of my screen. And I just noticed that I have to add him to the stream. So sorry about that. Are you good?
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh my God. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever used this StreamYard, and I didn't know, like Zoom, someone calls in and it's like, boom, they're right there. And all of a sudden I looked down and your name and your picture was there, but it was like grayed out. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm here, but I'm not. Okay.
I'm like, oh, I've got to add him. So sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It was super easy. All I had to do was click on the link and
dude, it's so super easy. Didn't you say that you didn't know how to use like OBS and that stuff to stream?
OBS, yeah. Like I use OBS to stream actually, but
you do?
Yeah, but actually, one of my mods who actually has her own channel, she uses this, so we plan on doing some collaborating too pretty soon.
Cool.
Yeah, her name's Danielle. She does another true crime channel, and it's actually really good. But I think it's called Jesus, man, I forget everything off the top of my head. Like, because I'm used to just looking at things because they pop up, and I never remember. I don't have to remember what their names are. So, yeah.
No, so I think on this thing, like, you can share your screen and stuff too. I don't really know if it's pretty basic. It looks like it's pretty basic, but man, it was super easy. And everybody said I sound way clearer.
It's Real Massacre Talk, I'm pretty sure. I just want to make sure that I'm saying that right. But Real Massacre Talk. I'm like 99%. Yeah, Real Massacre Talk.
Oh, is that your girl in chat? Danielle Smith?
I don't know. You maybe. Yeah. No, that's not her name.
You said her name was Danielle.
I know her name's Danielle, but I don't think her last name's Smith. Maybe it is on YouTube.
Oh, well, it says Danielle Smith. I just thought it was kind of ironic. She put up Real Massacre
Yeah.
Talk, and her name's Danielle.
All right. Well, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, put the link up. You guys put the link up to your channel too.
Oh,
Oh, look at it cracks me up when guys come on because like there's not a lot of guys that stream. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like here's some comments in chat. Your caller sounds sexy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget that like this entire demographic is women.
Yeah.
And
I
then
actually
I'm
was
like,
just looking at mine the other day, Will, and I think like 2.9% was male.
wow, that's funny.
Crazy.
Hey, Bee Stinger, what's up, Connie? And wow, yeah. So I'm looking at the chat. It's different. I'm actually looking at the one here in StreamYard, and
Yeah,
so
me too. It's so
the
different.
format's a little different, right?
I can't tell who has a wrench.
And I can't comment like in the chat. I have to just verbally do it, which is what I do anyway. You're the only
No,
one I
you
know that does
can.
that.
You can at the bottom. You can put a comment.
No, it won't reach. Like there's no space there to do it for me.
Are you on Chrome?
Yeah.
Weird. Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, thanks, Casey. That was really sweet.
Connie wants to know if
I
you're
mean,
still pretending you're not in the Watts community. I think he's still
I'm
in
not.
denial. No, he's in denial.
I'm kind of well. I can't get enough of the crazy fucking theories that people still have. Like again, I'm not in denial. I am perfectly self-aware. I am aware of the fact that I am completely and totally obsessed with the obsession. That's what I'm obsessed with. I've said this
It's crazy,
many
isn't
times.
it?
Right.
Yeah,
I make no bones about that. Like the behavior around this case is fucking outrageous, and I can't fucking get enough of it.
I'll agree with you there.
Right. Like I won't get in the shit of it like myself. You know what I'm saying? But I will listen from a distance, and I'll throw some shade here once in a while. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get in the madness with people because there's nothing people are arguing over like the family and what's going on in their lives and what does this person, what did that person, dude, the bottom line is this fucking case is closed. They have their man. That's it. And he is a known liar. I'm not interested in a fucking book about what he says. And
see,
so
I feel differently. Even though I know he's a liar, I still want to hear what he says, and I'll tell you why. The only reason why is because of that first interview when he was on the front porch saying my wife, kids are missing, right?
I knew he was lying then.
But there was some truth in his lies when he was talking.
There was truth in his lies because this was a guy who didn't know how to feel about what he just did and what he was currently doing. But well, sure. I mean, yeah, this is a guy who does not see himself as a fucking murderer. Nobody does. Everybody justifies their actions. Everybody fucking does. That's the issue. This should not be a big surprise to anybody. He's just another fucking shitbag who can't fucking come to terms with his own things that he did, and he's trying to justify them in his mind. And the way that he does it is he tries to justify them out loud. And the reason why he can justify them out loud is because there's a shit ton of people that want to hear him do it. And that's our fault. He's going to talk. As long as people are out there, as long as he knows that there's people out there, he's doing easy fucking time right now. He's loving the fact he doesn't feel alone. The whole point of prison is so that you feel alone. You take that fucking away from you. Take that luxury of personal relationships away from him. And right now, he has a personal relationship with a shit ton of strangers. And I mean a shit ton. This guy is not doing hard time.
So you think he really enjoys the attention, huh?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Of course.
It's just so weird because in the beginning, I really looked at him as kind of like a mild-mannered, laid-back, just go with the flow kind of dude. And now that I've seen all these different stories, and I have to wonder if A, he loves the attention, or B, he doesn't really even fucking remember what happened. Is
He
that
does.
possible?
Of course, he fucking remembers what happened.
Isn't it possible? Maybe he's blacked it out.
I mean, it's possible that he's come up with his own version of what happened. Sure, people
I
do that
mean,
all the time.
but
I
to
know.
take Chris Watts, right?
I've been
Who was
married to people who will sit there and tell bold-faced fucking lies, but if you put them on a lie detector, they'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's different. But what I'm saying is like the kind of killer he is. Maybe don't you think it's a little different than let's take Ted Bundy, for example, right? He was
no
obviously
comparison.
batshit
No
crazy,
comparison.
right? Well, listen, just
Yeah.
hear me out. Hear me out. So if you take Ted Bundy and you think, he was fucking crazy, we don't really look for the whys because we know why, because he was fucking crazy.
I know why Chris Watts did what he did too. I just explained it in my live actually while you were setting up. You missed it.
Oh my God.
I totally said why. And it's because this is a guy who he has no fucking idea. This is a dumb guy. All right. For lack of a better term, he's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll agree with you there.
This is, first of all, he's not a fucking mastermind criminal. We know that, but he's also, this is a guy who was having an affair with a woman, and he hated his life with his woman, but he had no balls. This guy was a coward. This guy was just a coward. And what he did was a cowardly act. What he did was he gets a pet. This is the same mentality as a kid who gets a pet bird, and then his parents are like, hey, you have to take care of that bird from now on. You have to take care of that bird from now on. You have to feed him. You have to give him attention. And he was like, well, I didn't know about all that. I thought I was just going to have a pretty bird.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then once he realizes that he's got all this fucking responsibility, and he sees this, greener side on the other side of the fence, which is Nicole, then he fucking kills the bird. That's what he does. And he's, his whole thing, basically what he wanted to do was kill them, make it look like they were missing, and then have Nicole there to baby him and do all the thinking for him the way that Shanann did in their household, and use the fact that his family was missing as an excuse to be consoled for and to be taken care of. I think it's absolutely that simple. It's not deep. There's nothing deep about it.
Well, it is kind of deep.
No, it's not. This is a guy who didn't want to take care of his own shit. This is a guy who
I don't agree with that.
He pissed his bed and stuck his bed sheets in the fucking closet, thinking nobody was going to find him.
I totally disagree with you. Oh my God! I think for all intents and purposes, he seems like he was a good dad. He was attentive. He was attentive. He took care of those kids. He went to work every day. He provided for his family. I mean, I'm not defending Chris, but he does seem like he was a devoted husband and father.
I agree with you. What I'm saying is I never said that he wasn't. What I'm saying is that he didn't want to do it anymore. That's all. And so he took a coward's way out. And
he wanted to do it with someone else. Yeah, he wanted to start over and
He didn't want to do that with somebody else. What he saw in Nicole was the total opposite. He saw a woman that he thought he was in love with because they were having filthy, dirty sex that Shanann was never going to have let herself do with him. She didn't like him enough to do that with him. I think she did that shit with ex-boyfriends, but I don't think that she saw him in that way. And so she always kind of kept him at bay to a certain degree. She took advantage of the fact. She capitalized on the fact that he begged her and begged her and begged her to be with her. So we're talking about a guy who all of a sudden,
dirty sex.
Yeah. I mean, he's never seen that before, and so now he has this, and this is who he was. He liked to choke her, I mean, that doesn't make him. That's one of those things that I laugh at when people are like, oh my God, he was so twisted. He was so sick because there's reports that he liked to choke his girlfriends. Well, look, man, I'm going to tell you right now, and think what you want of me. Think what you want of me.
It's about to get real.
I have been with plenty of women who like that feeling. Plenty. Actually, more than less. More than less. And I don't get off on that. I don't get off on that in particularly. But if I'm with a girl and we trust each other enough to experiment in the bedroom, then I'm going to do what gets her off, because that's my responsibility as a sexual partner, is to meet my partner's needs and wants, just like it is hers to meet mine. So I don't have a problem with doing things like this. So that doesn't make me somebody who gets off on choking women. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Right. So to put the two there doesn't, there's no connection in my opinion. But what I'm saying,
you just won a lot of friends in chat, just by the way.
all I'm saying is he took the coward's way out. The way that he killed them was not obviously it was violent because it was fatal. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't he beat
it wasn't
the
a
shit out of
massacre.
people.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't take a knife and start stabbing people 1,000 times. He tried to do it as quickly and painless. Like he failed the first time,
So he says.
Right. Fair enough. Because the guy's lied God knows how many times. He's told how many different stories. But what I'm saying is, this is a guy who just wanted to get rid of his current life and start a new one, and was stupid enough to think that that's how it's done. That's the easy way to go.
So you think he planned to kill those kids?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Always have. My exact words that I've always stuck with and have never changed in every group, in every meme, everything that I've ever said. This is a guy who planned this murder. He just didn't plan it well.
I don't know, and I'm still conflicted on a lot of that stuff. I couldn't sit here and tell you one straight way that I think it went down like you just did. I don't think I could do that, just because
because you want more. Because you want more.
Everybody
wants more. That is the fucking
truth.
That is the fucking truth. It's that simple.
We want the truth about every detail.
You want the truth about every detail, then fucking study other true crime cases. Study them just as much, because you're not going to get the answer from just this one guy. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but no one else is alive that was there. So
that's not what I'm talking about. See, you're still focused on this case. What I'm saying is, if this is really about understanding the criminal mind, then you would focus on other cases. Nobody does that. Everybody's focused on this case. It's not because it's of what happened that intrigues them so much. It's the characters. They're in love with the characters like they're in love with people on a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about who these people really were, or why this took place and how do we prevent it from happening again. People aren't interested in that, even though that's their justification for following this case so obsessively. But that's not the truth, because if that were the truth, then they would follow other cases just as obsessively to try to understand this behavior.
Well, I think there's some people that are like unhealthy, obsessed with this case.
I think that's most people that are still.
I don't feel like I am. Unless I'm in denial.
I don't know. I don't know if you are or not. I just started listening to your channel. But
I've gotten some messages lately from some people that are really, really, really like emotionally involved. And it's bizarre to me, because I don't get emotionally involved in these cases. I try not to. I mean, like when, I did that live the other night with the missing girl, I of course I got emotional. Her mom's voice just broke my heart. But like when it comes to crimes, I mean, to me, I take a step backwards and step out of it and just look at it as I'm telling facts. I don't get on one side or the other and analyze the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one is so personal to so many people. It's not just a story.
But it's personal because they've made it personal to themselves. And the reason why they've made it personal to themselves is because this is a chance for them to actually know and be a part of the lives of the celebrities that they worship. These are nothing but star fuckers. That's all they are. involved in loving this case and following this case so obsessively a year later, in my opinion, are no different than starfuckers, which are people who just want to be involved in celebrities' lives. And these people are celebrities to them. And they can do it because they can join groups and they can know what Cindy Watts said, and they can know if they talk to Kay, or if they talk to you, or if they talk to fucking Miss fucking Jane in Australia. They just want to know what is going on in their lives. They want to be deep down in that shit. I made an analogy.
Okay.
When I was talking about uh you and Kay's feud, right? I'm
Oh,
not
for
going to
fuck's
get deep.
sake. Watts and that were the two things we weren't going to talk about.
You're right, but
All right, well, fuck it.
I'm not gonna get deep into that. I'm just
That's
gonna
fine.
say
Go ahead.
what I'm saying is the analogy I made was like, you guys are like tabloids, right? And that's fine. That's great. I'm not faulting you for that, because there's an audience for it. You know, the only reason tabloids exist is because people fucking buy the shit. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
well,
People go, how do they get away with writing that shit? Well, it's because people want to buy it and they want to read it. You
okay.
know, so you're giving people what they want. Fair enough. You know, but when it became about the two of you guys, I was like, man, I really wish that they would not do that, because I even said I would rather hear about the Watts. I'd rather hear them go back to talking about the Watts. And the analogy I made was, it was like two tabloid magazines talking about each other. Like, what if I went to the fucking grocery store and I picked up, and I was in the checkout line and with a little conveyor belt, you know, putting my food on there, and I look over and I see, you know, the Inquirer, and their headline is about shit that the Globe was saying about the Inquirer.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Well,
fuck
first
is
of all,
that?
Will, you're wrong.
Why the fuck do I? Why the fuck do I want
My
to read
channel
that?
is not a tabloid channel. It's never been a tabloid channel.
I
The
didn't mean to insult you.
No,
That
no,
was
no, and
not.
I'm not insulted. But you just said a few minutes ago, you were like, yeah, I haven't really watched too many of your videos. But if you do,
You're
you'll
right. My
see.
opinion is not. It's not very valid. It doesn't have a lot of validity because I have not listened to enough of you. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, if you go pre probably August, you won't see any drama.
Yeah. I mean,
I
yeah.
really am not. I've never, like, for the whole like 11 months that Kay went live and talked about me, I never said a fucking thing publicly.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
didn't care,
didn't.
and I didn't want to hear her talk about you either. I
I
was
mean, I
like, oh,
didn't. I didn't. So
I was like, I
I've
don't care
never
about
been like
any of
that.
that.
I've never been like that. So I just had to throw that out there because you're wrong on that fact. I'm not
Fair
one
enough.
of those drama channels.
Fair enough. Cool. And I've been listening to you, like the live you did just before the one that I called you on, with the missing, was it Chad and Tammy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they, you know, that was incredible. That blew my mind. I was like, this is exactly what I want to hear.
Yeah, that was really cool. And you know what? Actually, I have an update on that I just got before I went live, and I want to read it. I was going to pull it up on the screen, but I don't know how on this StreamYard, so I'm just going to read it. But it was pretty cool. So it's from Tammy's mom, posted in the Bring Tammy and Chad homepage. And she said, I wanted to give an update on the West Virginia tip we got from the podcast with JS for Justice. We contacted the Charleston, West Virginia Police Department and are waiting for a call from a detective tomorrow. There is now a be on the lookout for Tammy and Chad.
Nice.
So if you think these lives don't make a difference, they do. And everybody that
No,
comes into them do.
I
They make a
know they
difference.
do. Of course they do. And that's the whole reason why I was, as a fan, like I said, look at me and my channel. You know, I do my channel and it's very, very modest and it's very small. So I'm nobody to criticize what other people should do with their channels, because fuck you if you're about to criticize mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
everybody has the freedom
I'm
to do what they
right,
want. And you don't have
right.
to watch it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
exactly. But I only complained because I've heard good lives from you, and I've heard great lives from Kay too. You know, and I only use the difference in the word only because I've heard a lot of K's and I've only heard a couple of yours. So I'm not, but I heard enough of yours to know. I'm like, wow, this, these channels can really make a difference. They have so many subscribers and so many faithful listeners and like fans that love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just look at the chat and the chat just blows up with, "Oh my God, you're the best. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah." And
Yeah,
I'm like,
people are great. They really are. They're
right.
really
Yeah,
supportive.
man.
And
Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is, if I had that, I would just totally use that to really, really make people aware of so many different things.
hmm
You know, I was bummed out because I I thought that I was feeding. That was the thing. That's when I realized that it was not the whole true crime thing. This is not a true crime community as much as we'd like it to be. What it is, it's a Watts community. That's what it's become. It is a
that's how it
Watts
started.
community.
Yeah, and it hasn't
Right.
evolved.
It has not evolved from that. No.
Mm-mm.
And so that was my gripe. You know,
Well, you know what? I implore you to go back in my videos and kind of see the different cases that I've
yeah,
covered, because
I
it's
mean,
not. I like finding ones that not everybody knows about.
right.
You know,
I mean,
that's the
I
ones like
happen
this
to
lady.
have.
This lady needed help, man. No one was helping her.
Right. Yeah. No. And it was great, and your audience was fantastic with her, you know, and she was really, really sweet, and she was really, really grateful for having that platform to get to make people aware of her problem. Um, so it was a beautiful live. It really was. It really got to me. It really touched me. Um, but like, to make an example, I have a case that I covered on my channel because I was really adamant. I was like, I don't want this to be a true crime channel. I want this to be a channel where true crime fans that can go to a true crime enthusiast channel and escape from true crime. It's a very complicated thing to try to pull off, but that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I
It
mean?
is
Just trying.
complicated, you know, and that brings me to one other thing I was going to talk about. Okay, so I have two channels. I have a backup channel because while I was learning the whole YouTube world, I had some little brushes with the YouTube law, but I've learned since what I can do and what I can't do, right? But I do have this backup channel, and I think what I'm going to do is do stuff like this on that channel and keep this one just straight true crime.
Right.
I think that's what I'm going to do because I don't like muddying the waters here. Like, this channel I've built on true crime, and a
Sure.
lot of people, like when I talk about other stuff, they're like, "Hey, get back to the true crime. That's what we like." So
Right.
I think
Right.
that's what
Right.
I'm going to do, but I have to kind of get it set up. But
You mean you have all of the tools and resources to be able to do it for it to be successful too. So there's no reason not to if that's something you want to do.
yeah, and I think the people that, you know, and I was talking to a couple people about this, and they're like, well, you know, if they don't want to watch a drama channel, like my son, for example, he's like, well, if they don't want to watch a drama video, they don't have to click play. What, you know, why do they have to watch it?
Right.
I mean, and I do
True.
get that part of it, but then
But
people, I guess when you go live, they expect you to be talking about true crime. Then they
if
come
it's a
on
true
and you're
crime
talking
channel,
about,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Sure. I mean,
So
that's
that's
the
what
thing
I'm
is, if you
thinking.
want to maintain your viewers and your consistent viewers, then you have to give them consistency. You know, that's just it's just the way that is, I think.
Yeah,
But
I think so too. I think so too, because I don't want to muddy it up. I don't want to. I just see some people, you know, are getting irritated. And while you can't make everybody happy, you know, I do read all my comments, and I do take, you know, what people watch me have. You know, I do take their opinions in consideration for sure. Hey, Roger.
and I have like take for instance, I barely have any views on this thing, and
hmm
I just covered a case that was one of the most there was a Dateline on it, and when it was aired at the time, it was the most watched Dateline ever, right?
hmm
And it's a crazy fucked up case, and one of my best friends here where I live was as intricate of a player in that case that anybody gets, and I did like a 2-hour interview with the guy, and he talked
Cool.
openly about it, and I mean, he was responsible for providing law enforcement with basically the smoking gun evidence to put his own mother away in prison for the rest of her life. And yeah, totally intense. And it's a crazy fucking story that goes with it. And I went over this story, and I got a lot of views when I went over the story, but then nobody seemed to give a shit about the interview, which was pretty weird.
Right.
And I think a lot of it had to do with the sound quality, maybe, but I could hear everything clearly if I play it back. It just wasn't like this where I'm talking into a mic and you're talking into a mic, and I just had to use what I had because I didn't have actual professional mics that we could both use.
Mm-hmm.
So
were you guys just on the phone or something?
No, we were sitting in the same room, and I had to use the built-in mic that was in my laptop.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I said, he's one of my best friends.
Gotcha.
So we were just sitting in his living room, and I was having this conversation with him.
I see.
And yet nobody was interested in this guy's perspective, which is crazy to me because he was directly involved in this case. It was mind-blowing to me. I read this, and this woman, her case isn't completely closed. Like, she's in prison, but she just filed for an appeal. And the details that I read on the case came directly from the appeal. Wow. So I read nothing but court facts.
Right.
I even read like word for word why she was appealing. And she was claiming that the judge had spoken to her the wrong way or poorly in front of the jury, right? And and I even read word for word like what the stenographer wrote, what she was arguing about. Like, I went over all that shit. Just nothing but facts. Like, my whole thing is, when it comes to true crime cases, I don't want to hear. That's the thing about the Watts case now is. The Watts case is full of so much drama and so much side shit where it blinds you from the facts. I call that fucking lettuce on my burger. I can't stand lettuce on my burger. It's totally pointless. It's fucking water. Get it off. So all that shit, like, get it off my fucking burger. I can't taste the meat, And when I say that, I'm talking about seeing all the facts and just focusing on the facts and learn and creating an opinion based on the only facts of the case. And people make up their own facts, and then their minds start to wander, and then they start talking about Nicole Kessinger and how she was a secret player in the whole thing, and blah 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 blah. And I'm just
what cracks me up is that it's like people have such a hard time accepting that Chris did this and Chris alone did this. I don't know why they want to find someone else to blame. They want to blame his mom. They want to blame Nicole Kessinger. They want to blame Shanann. I mean, why can't this guy just have done this?
Right. That's my whole thing, because that's all it is. Like, trust me, if law enforcement could convict somebody else of this crime, they would. Of course they would. Exactly.
They're not going to let these people get away with it.
No, that's fucking crazy. They don't
understand that.
Yeah. This woman, she did nothing other than fuck a married guy. Mm-hmm. And I believe her to have done it for merely practical reasons. That's I think that she merely was interested in him because she knew that he was not going to ultimately be able to become attached. At any time that she was going to get sick of him, she could just have a nice clean break, and it backfired and blew up right in her face.
Possibly. I think she dug him.
Theory. I don't know her. Of course. I mean, we don't fuck people we don't like, do we?
No. I guess not.
I know I don't. So, I mean, why would she?
Well, I don't know. Just the text between her and her best friend. She just kind of sounded like she was pretty into
we don't
him.
Know. Right, but we don't know. We don't know what the dynamic with her and her best friend really were. We don't know if she is going to make herself be a certain type of person so that her best friend accepts her. We don't know anything like that.
Really, honestly, we don't even know the kind of people they were.
Right.
We really don't. I know we think we do, and we feel like we do because a lot of us sat here and watched video after video after video after fucking video, and we feel like we know them, but I don't think we do at all.
No,
Like,
we
I
don't,
really
dude.
don't. I think we have this
And
persona
people are,
of who we
I
think they
love
are.
how everybody's like, oh, she's lying. She's lying in during her police interview. In the interview room, I'm like, dude, her dad was sitting right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, of
Yeah,
course
that's a little awkward
she's not
conversation to
gonna
have.
she's not gonna talk about what a sex freak she is in front of her father.
Right.
That's not, you know what I'm saying? So, like, everybody's like, she's a liar. Of course she's a liar. She's protecting herself. She's scared of her reputation. You know, all of a sudden she was fucking this guy. It was secret. She had a nice little fucking decent thing going on that was decently indecent, you know. And you know, as far as victimless, I mean, my whole thing is, if you're, you know, I'm not, look, I'm not a traditionalist in the sense that, you know, oh my god, she's a home wrecker. No, you know, if she's, I have a thing, if someone decides to cheat, that home is already wrecked. So, you know what I mean? The fact that he was willing to cheat, she didn't do anything to do that. You know, that's two people.
I feel like it's more on him,
Their,
you know? He's the married
that's what
one.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So she's, as far as I'm concerned, she's as much of a victim.
But you
as
know what?
anybody else.
Chicks
I mean,
always want to blame other chicks. It's
she's
so
not
much
a murder
easier.
victim, obviously, but she's also a victim.
But for most women, it's much easier for them, for some odd reason, to blame the woman instead of blaming their husband.
That's exactly why.
Why
she
is
felt
that? I don't understand.
That's exactly why she felt the need to lie about it, because women think this way about each other.
They sure do.
Women hold the standard amongst each other, not to themselves, not usually, not all the time, but they hold this standard to each other. And that's fucking crazy. You know, women are so worried about how they're going to be judged by other women. Men have this problem too, but not to the extent that women do. You know, women are just like, oh my God, what are they going to think of me?
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course she's going to lie. She's not going to sit here and fucking tell the police.
Well, that's embarrassing. I mean, that's private. It's your private life. I wouldn't want that shit on display either.
That's what I'm saying. No, and in that police interview, what I find so disgusting is, in that police interview, here she is saying, oh, you know, you're not gonna, none of this is gonna get out, right? I don't care. I'm willing to give you everything to help you with your case, but please make sure none of this gets out to the public. I don't need that. And what did they do? They fucking released all of it in the discovery.
Mm-hmm.
They could have at least not lied to her and said that, hey, I'm sorry, it's gonna get released. I think she had every right to know that.
I do too.
And then if you're gonna charge me with something, fucking charge me. But like, you need to guarantee me that none of this shit's gonna get out, because I'm not gonna cooperate with you otherwise. She had every right to do that. She didn't do it because she was intimidated otherwise, and she was lied to. She was intimidated and she was lied to. So, I feel she was a victim of this entire thing.
As far as being lied to, what do you mean by that?
She was lied to because the police told her that it wasn't going to get out.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Chris. I thought you were talking about
you hear them in the discovery on that recording saying nobody else is going to hear this but us. You know? So,
well, they also told Chris that when they went and visited him in jail as well.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. You know?
It kind of is, but I mean, I guess more so it's bullshit for her because she didn't do anything wrong. She's not convicted of anything. He's sitting in prison, so, you know, who cares?
I could really give a fuck, you know, as far as that goes, because he's if it's regarding the case that he's already convicted of, then yeah, you know. But,
right, exactly. Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about Watts.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And that was something specifically you said.
Yeah,
okay, but I don't want to talk about Watts.
I also told my viewers that I'm a big hypocrite anyway. So,
well, at least you admit it. That doesn't make you too hypocritical if you admit it.
I mean, it's not, because I also said, you know, my thing. Typically, what I actually say is, my channel's not going to be a Watts channel. I'm not doing that. I'm not going down the Watts rabbit hole with this channel.
Well, you could always have like an open discussion about it here and there if you wanted to.
Everything we're talking about, I've talked about on my channel. everything that we're saying, basically. But I don't mind discussing the case. But my thing is, there's nothing else to it. That's my whole thing, is there's nothing else to it. When I discuss the case, I discuss the case for what it is, and there's nothing else to it. There's nothing that everybody else is making this shit out to be.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I'm not on all the theories.
Glamorizing this man. We're glamorizing this man, and it's not, it's not productive. So
I agree. Let's see. Have you been following the Patrick Frazee case at all?
No.
Okay, so this isn't. Do you know who he is?
No, I remember hearing the name because it sounded like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. Frazee. Well, anyways, this is another case in Colorado that happened right after she went missing, right after the Watts thing kind of broke.
Right.
Kelsey Barrett went missing. Wait, did I lose Will? Why did he get booted? Huh. I wonder if this StreamYard only gives you so much free time. Did Will use up all his minutes? Yes, Thanksgiving of last year was when she was reported missing. But I don't know where he went. So I don't want to tell the story. Okay, now he's back. What the hell happened?
My bad. I don't know what happened.
Was that you or me?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but why does it say split broadcast now?
I don't know, because my picture didn't pop up or something.
No, that's so weird. Like all of a sudden you were just gone.
You want me to hang up again and see if my picture pops up? Or you want to just keep going? Fuck it. I mean, I don't care.
No, it's up to, no, I'd rather you try at least once. Try at least once.
Okay. All right.
All right, bye. People are going to be like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? But if he has his name up there, it'll be a lot easier. Patrick Swayze was too much. See, now Patrick Swayze, like saying Patrick Swayze doesn't even sound right because I've said Patrick Frazee for so long, for like a year. All right, let's see if he pops up here. There's different layouts you can do on this thing too. That's pretty cool. Devices not connected. Add to stream. There he is.
Yeah, I know what I did wrong. We're good now.
All right. Yeah, I know you're good now. But anyway, so Patrick Frazee, Kelsey Barrett went missing last Thanksgiving. And turns out he was the father of her baby. They weren't married or anything like that. They lived separately. She had her own apartment. And she went missing, but he had the baby. The baby was like a year old. So he had the baby. And she goes.
Is this the guy who fucking killed the baby and like in the car, left it in the car, or drove around with it in the car?
No, their baby's alive.
Okay.
Their baby's alive.
Nope. Okay, good.
Yeah, so she went missing, and then turns out he had a lover in another state, like the next state over. I can't remember where she's from. Idaho, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, long story short, this girl comes forward and she says Patrick killed her. He had asked her to kill Kelsey like several times, this Crystal that lived in Idaho. He asked her to kill Kelsey, and she chickened out a couple times. So she goes and admits all of this and says, he hit her with a baseball bat. Like she cleaned up the crime scene for him, her condo, and so now I know this is making no sense because I'm all over the place, but she ended up pleading what? I know Chrissy and Shell, you guys know. I think it was like conspiracy or something, but she's already pled out to this. So they can't come around and get her. So he's on trial right now. And I think he's going to pin it all on her.
Right.
This guy could potentially walk. Like he hit her so many times, like her teeth flew out of her mouth.
Oh my God.
horrible. Like he was chasing her around her house with a baseball bat. And what this Crystal said was that he told her he blindfolded Kelsey and told her that he had some candles that he wanted her to smell and guess the scent. This is coming from the lover, the girlfriend.
Right.
So apparently that was when he came up and he had the bat, and that's when it started. That's what he says. But they haven't never found the body. They have no body. And this Crystal is saying that he burned her body there on his property. So
can't have a murder without a body.
You can though. There's people that are convicted with no body.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speaking like that's what the defense is going to go.
Of course. Yeah. And I think they're gonna pin Crystal as being like the jealous girlfriend, the jealous lover.
I mean, dude, like people blow my mind, dude.
But you know what sucks is that this trial's going on. There's no cameras. There's no audio. There's no tweeting.
Good.
The judge isn't even letting people bring phones in.
Good. I totally agree with that.
Now, why do you say that? Why do you say good?
I say that's good because I don't want interference with the case. I still believe in the justice system, and I believe in separating the court of public opinion from the court of law. And I don't want those things fucking bleeding in together. I want the truth to come out, because if this guy is fucking innocent for whatever reason, if he's innocent of killing someone, I want him to be acquitted of killing someone. You know what I'm saying?
No, now, I understand. No, I agree with you.
Now, if he's a woman beating piece of shit, then yeah, he should pay for that, obviously, but he shouldn't be charged for murder for it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's not justice. You know, that's just not justice.
And I agree with you on one hand, but on the other hand, I want to see the shit. I want to see. I love watching court TV. I love watching.
We have to be really careful with this whole true crime thing, man, because it's become a fucking genre. It's become a genre, and it's becoming less and less about justice for the victims than it is entertainment for the spectators. And that's a fucking dangerous, scary thing.
You're right.
Because that can absolutely affect the justice process. That can absolutely affect due process. So we have to be very careful with that. So that's why I criticize these Watts people. That's why I criticize people that become overly obsessed with this stuff, because they're forgetting about what this is actually about. Mm-hmm. This is about keeping people safe overall. This is about finding justice for people who obviously it's about finding justice for people who have been wronged, but it's also about preventing the need to find justice for people in the future who can be done wrong. I don't want to see. I want to be able to avoid problems rather than, you know, get revenge on people who cause them.
No, I'm picking up what you're laying down for sure.
Yeah,
and I do agree with that, but the other side of me is like, I want to hear it. I want to see it. I want to see those expressions. I want to see all that. I want to be in the midst of it. But you're right. It's kind of like a circus.
I do too, but I'm very willing to sacrifice that for the sake of a swift, accurate, fair trial.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's definitely what the judge is aiming for, because there's not even a sketch artist that's allowed in there. That shit is tight.
Yeah, that judge isn't fucking around. I like that judge.
I think he's really old. He's real old school. You know.
Yeah, like when you look at the judge in Sean's mom's case, like, this guy was not fucking around. This guy was not buying Martha Ann's bullshit at all. You know, she was trying to play the whole, neck brace, and she's walking with a walker, and I don't know if she had a neck brace, I don't remember, but she was walking with a walker, and she was just totally laying it on real thick, you know. And it got to a point where the judge, this is actually one of the things that she's appealing on. Mm-hmm. But if you read the transcript from the stenographer, he put the jury outside before he went off on her, because he didn't go off. He didn't go off on her. He went off on her lawyer, because what he was faulting on, he was saying she is sitting here. He was addressing her lawyer, not her, which is the right thing to do. And he was saying she is sitting here and she is trying to taint this jury pool, and I'm not going to let her do that. She's not sticking to the facts. She's sitting and talking about herself and praising herself and all the good things that she's done, and she's doing it in a very manipulative manner, and I'm catching on to it. I'm not going to let her do that to this jury. And you need to fucking call her out on it. She's your client. You need to shut her the fuck up.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's all he did. And he, obviously he didn't curse like I'm saying, and he even at one point was like, I'm not yelling at you, I'm just yelling. Like he was very clear, like I'm quoting, he said that. And he was trying to make it very, very understandable. Like, yes, I am frustrated, but I'm generally frustrated.
Right.
I cannot allow this to happen because she's turning my courtroom into a circus. So the judge was doing his job. He was doing his job, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And so now
that.
She's filing an appeal, and it's just one of the reasons she's filing an appeal. There's like 4 other counts of things that she's filing an appeal over. But yeah, I mean, this is why I see that judge in the case that you're discussing. I see him doing what he's doing and just saying, hey, and I'm assuming it's a he, I shouldn't do that. But whatever this judge is doing, I think I'm guessing that it's for the sake of making sure that it is not tainted in any way. It's not again, like I said before,
I think that's exactly why.
Public opinion does not bleed into his courtroom.
And this is a really old courthouse. It's like 100 years old.
Right.
And there's only like 2 ways in, and they're not hidden. So you know how most newer courtrooms, they bring them around the back, or they have a holding area. They don't have this here. So they've been bringing him in for all these hearings just right there. They pull up at the curb. He gets out. Media's there getting all kinds of pictures of him. So this last time they actually did like a makeshift shield. They got like a party tent, like one of those pop-up tents.
Yeah.
And they literally put it on the sidewalk. And when they pulled up to the curb, he got out and he was shielded.
Nice. Yeah.
It was kind of crazy, but they're trying to make this old ass courthouse kind of modern day.
I want nothing. I love that. And I want nothing but evidence. I just want nothing. I want to hear nothing but the evidence. I don't want to hear any opinions. I don't want to hear any of that shit. I want to know if this guy did it. I don't want to know if I think he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I if I have the luxury of finding out if he actually did it, then fuck yeah, that's what I want to know.
I know, but I want to watch it as it goes down.
I get it. Yeah. There's a part of me that does too. I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
I just find it so interesting just how everything works,
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Darling Nikki. The first time I saw Jane alive, I thought she was in her 20s. Wow, thanks. Boy, that must have been a good filter I used that day.
I mean, this picture of you is the one I'm looking at right here is pretty good.
Yeah, that was a couple years, 3 years ago.
You's kind of hot.
Oh, well,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah. All right, say something because this just got awkward.
Awkward silence.
Got awkward.
So, anyways, yeah. So that's the Barrett case. But back to the judges. I don't know if you watched any of the. See, I'm going to bring up these cases if you don't know them, but the one where the cop Amber Geiger, she went in the wrong apartment, shot the guy, killed him.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of
she got what, 10 years?
Yeah, exactly. So after that, she
fucking Texas, man.
I know. She got a hug and I think a Bible from the judge after she was sentenced.
Wow, that's inappropriate.
I think so
That's
too.
that's inappropriate. I
That's what I was
mean,
gonna say. Like the one with the Patrick Frazee is like all old school, and then you've got this lady. She's getting off the bench and coming down, hugging this girl and giving her a Bible.
yeah, dude, that's like, I don't know.
Dude, that's pretty
That's
inappropriate.
that's suspect. I mean, because the thing is funny because Texas, like, they got this reputation of just playing by their own rules. It's like once you get into Texas, boy, you know,
Oh yeah, like
that's
they're their own country. Yeah,
right.
they're their own fucking country.
Yeah,
Let's just put it out there. And I'm not trying to offend. I have a lot of Texans that watch me, but they do act like they're their own fucking country. I don't get it.
yeah. A lot of states do that shit, which is funny. But
I've only seen it with Texas, to be honest.
But Texas is like notorious for it for sure. I mean, every state, southern states mainly take pride. Georgia's kind of like that. Tennessee's definitely kind of like that. Virginia's definitely like that. But Texas being so big, being next to the border, you just hear a lot more about it. And it's yeah.
Okay, so what were you gonna say about it?
So the lady, I mean, I didn't look into too many facts on this case. All I know is, she's a white cop who broke in, who, I mean, she walked into. So how did she get into the apartment in the first place? Was it unlocked?
There was something wrong with the latch, so it wasn't latched all the way.
But so she had to force herself into to some degree.
She was like, "Oh, wait a minute, somebody must be in my apartment."
But her key didn't work.
Someone would have to remind me if she used. I don't think she tried her key because she noticed the door was like ajar.
That's 10 years right there. To me, like that right there is enough to give her 10 years.
Dude,
because like I'm just not gonna believe that you just didn't all of a sudden think something was wrong. I don't want to hear that you're tired. That you're tired from a long shift. A lot of people come home tired from long shifts, but if my key doesn't work for my lock, then I go, oh shit, this isn't my door.
No, the door was ajar, so she didn't have to use her key.
Oh.
So she thought, oh fuck, someone's in my apartment. So she's already defensive going in. But I don't think she should have went in by herself. She was already okay. So here's a little backstory. So she was screwing one of her, I think it was her partner who's married.
Okay, before you continue, I will say this. I did not follow the case much. I just did not get so inclined to look into it. But when I saw the headlines or whatever, I couldn't help but wonder if there was some sort of backstory between that neighbor that she shot and her. So go ahead.
I don't see, and I don't think there's any, as far as I know, and what came out, there was nothing with him, but she was screwing her partner who was married. So she was talking to him on the phone the whole way home from work.
Right. Bummer for that guy.
She's oh yeah, he just got totally screwed, right?
So God damn it. That guy must be
talk about the most unlucky man on the planet.
That is.
Like, how does that happen? Your mistress goes in the wrong apartment and shoots a guy dead, and
that's how you get caught cheating. That's how you get caught cheating.
Right. All his texts were on display at the trial and everything. Wow. They were sexting. So she was sexting, right? She got out of her car. She parked on the wrong floor and she was sexting. And she walked in and didn't realize she was on the wrong floor. Now she lived on the fourth. Wait.
Is it fucked up? Is it fucked up that I don't feel sorry for anybody but the victim and his family in this situation?
Me too. Me too.
He's the only person that I feel for right now.
Yeah, I really don't think she should have been shown any leniency. I really don't, because in the main argument that I saw in chats was that she thought it was her apartment. I don't give a damn what she thought. It wasn't her apartment. And there's a man that's fucking dead.
And you're a cop, dude. Like your job is to investigate, and you don't know where you live. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and I think she should be held to a little bit of a higher standard too. She's
lucky she didn't get life.
I agree
But
completely. So this poor dude was sitting in his freaking boxers,
yeah,
eating ice cream, and he just got
fuck,
done smoking a joint. It smelled
my
like
man was.
marijuana. The dude was watching basketball, just chilling in his
Oh
apartment.
man, don't tell me
No,
that.
it's fucking horrible. It's
This guy
horrible.
should have a memorial put up,
It's awful.
like in
It's
his
awful.
area. He should have like, yeah, he should have like a statue.
So
Like
Sunny B
this
in
poor
chat,
guy.
Sunny B in chat said the backstory on the neighbor was she complained about him making noise. So I didn't hear that, but I'm trusting you because you probably watched the whole trial. I didn't watch the whole thing,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
we're
don't know.
talking about Geiger, Shelley. Yeah, that's just it's so tragic. I just can't even imagine like just chilling in my apartment and this bitch comes in and because they showed too that the bullet went in him and it went down. Right? It entered and it went down almost like he wasn't quite standing up yet because she's short. She's only like 5'3" or something like that. So the bullet went like in his chest and went downwards. So he wasn't standing up. You know what I'm saying? Are you there still?
I'm listening. Yeah,
Oh God, I haven't heard you be this quiet. So I thought maybe we
I
got.
know. Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know
kidding.
when
I'm
I get
just
to
kidding.
talk and I get to talking.
No, I
Sorry
love
about
it. I love it. I love it. It flows. It's
it.
good.
Partly because like I subconsciously have trained myself to try not to be quiet because I'm normally doing this by myself, and I'm really paranoid of like dead air.
Yeah.
I think it sucks, and I'm really scared of boring my listeners. So I've kind of trained myself to just talk and talk and talk and talk, and I'm
Well,
doing it with someone else.
I don't think you bore your listeners because it seems like you have a lot of people that love you that are in this chat right now.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
know what you mean when you go like sometimes I just want someone to go live with me because I'm sitting here just reading chat and like kind of just da, 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 and then kind of talking and then reading chat and it's nice to converse with somebody, you know?
Yeah, same here. Like this is way I was really hoping like when we were texting earlier, I was really hoping that you wanted to go on live because I was like I wanted to go on and the only reason I really wanted to go on was because I haven't been on in a few days
Yeah.
and I don't want to like leave my listeners hanging and I don't want them to forget about me
Yeah,
too,
they're like, where have you
you
been?
know?
Where are you?
Yeah. So like
They
I try to
missed you. Isn't that crazy? It's another
and I
thing.
and I
Sorry.
miss them too, and I feel like a total dork because sometimes I just want to go on just to shoot the shit with them, like for no other reason. I have nothing important to talk
Mm-hmm.
about tonight. I had nothing important to talk about, and I was like, I didn't go on last night. I should go on tonight, and then I did, and nobody was logging on, and I was like, and then it made sense because Kay was on with the what's her face.
Well, she was on, and then there was some other drama going on. There was like 800 people in this chat earlier of this drama.
And I don't watch enough YouTube to know what the drama was going on. Like the drama that you were just talking about, I don't know what the fuck that
And
is.
you know what? You don't want to know? Just
I
in
don't.
one ear, not the other. The only reason that I'm even talking about it is because it does have to do with me in a sense. Like the person they were talking about was my real life friend. So that's why I was
Right.
talking about it. But other than that, I don't hop around all these channels. I feel like I don't have time. If I'm gonna watch YouTube, I'd rather put something together for my own channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have time to sit there and watch 5-hour lives of people bitching about other people. And then they go over to this one. And sometimes I think it's all fabricated anyways.
I don't. I mean, it is to some degree. It has to be because when you listen to any of it, it's somebody talking about that somebody lied.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? So either they're
Yeah.
lying or somebody else is lying. So I can't. Once I hear that, I'm like, I can't do this. And I go, like, I have a friend. I have a friend, a personal friend, like a real life friend who has a YouTube channel that she just happens to follow all this stuff, and she happens to be involved in all the in the watch drama that is spawned amongst people with YouTube channels, and she's a really really sweet girl and she's really nice and she has opinions and now her show she posts videos and they're basically just watch drama related
Mm-hmm.
videos. So I don't listen to it. I tried, out of courtesy because she's a friend of mine, and I have nothing negative to say about her. I just don't listen to her channel because everything has been that. But
Too
she has,
dramatic. Too
but she,
dramatic.
but she has subscribers and she has listeners and she has people. She has a lot of views, and people are interested in it.
Dude,
And
people
so,
love this shit. They eat it up.
yeah,
They really do. I
And
mean,
then she told me that I was involved in it because I publicly said that I was her friend, and then they started, and she was like, "Oh, you should hear this, blah blah blah." And then I heard some of it, or she showed some of the text or something that people were saying, and saying that I was somebody named Granny Fanny in disguise.
oh, that was you.
I don't know who Granny Fanny is. I have no idea who Granny Fanny is.
I've never watched Granny Fanny. I've heard the name. I heard it's JD, but I don't know. I've never watched
I can't imagine any alternate universe where I would come up with
the name Grant.
Granny
Dude, if
Fanny.
you did, if I found out that was you, like, I'd hang up on you right now. I'd be like, for real, you're Granny Fanny?
No, so that's the kind of weird shit that goes on, and
yeah, for sure.
And then there was something that I like, that I helped her key somebody's car or something like that. I'm like, dude, like I'm a state away, like I don't.
But you helped who key someone's car? What are you talking about?
I don't know what shit they were talking about, but she told me about it, and she was talking about how ridiculous it was. And I laughed for a second. She was like, "You should address it," and I was like, "I'm not addressing that. That's ridiculous."
Yeah, that's stupid. You can't address every little fucking thing. That was one thing that Kay always wanted to do when we were doing the podcast. Every goddamn negative review, she wanted to go live and like address it. I'm like, dude, you can't do that, man. Just read it, take it into consideration, and move on.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I just don't want to.
Well, and you're not going to please everybody. Like I don't know if you know who Dad with a Phone is. It's kind of a different community. And we're all kind of, I don't know, this community is kind of branching out. Like with you, you're kind of over here, and then like Dad with a Phone is kind of over here, and then the drama community, and then there's true crime intertwined in it. It's the weirdest dynamic on this platform. But Dad with a Phone his name's Mike, and he started following the Patrick Frazee case. It happened in his town. So the girl who got killed lived like a block from him. So anyways, I've collabed with him since January. But anyways, I don't even know what I was going to say about him. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, he always told me, don't read your clippings, Jay. Like, don't read what people are saying about you.
Just don't read it. I mean, I agree. I mean, if you've got thick skin and a good sense of humor, I could see reading it and just being like, wow, that's a doozy,
Yeah. I don't get worked up about it.
Right. I mean, I live by a very, very easy philosophy, man. Like, what people say or what people feel or think about is none of my business, man. You're like, you're perfectly.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah, you're perfectly entitled to how you feel about me, man. And you feel free to talk about me. Feel free to fucking spread lies. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I go through like my channel. My channel actually like filters. I have it where it filters the shady comments, and you can look through them and kind of approve what you want to approve or remove what you don't want there. So sometimes, like, just for shits and giggles, I go there and I read that column, and it just cracks me up, man. People, I don't get offended very easily.
Oh, hey, there's Megan. Hey, Megan. Sorry, I had to say hi to Megan. Megan's a very faithful listener.
Hi, Yolanda.
I'm not used to this chat, so it's hard to see who's in it. So like I'm paying attention to the comments that show up across this little screen here.
Yours must look different than mine.
So you're not getting like featured comments that are showing up across?
No. Oh yeah. I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay, yeah.
So why is that annoying?
Not at all. I kind of dig it because
I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. So what you do, like when you're streaming, you just put your mouse over the comment and it says show. You just click it. It goes up on your screen. Then you click it again and it goes away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's freaking super easy.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
digging
I mean,
this.
it's your thing, so I'm just, you know.
Yeah, you should look into this though.
Yeah, no, because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with Danielle at some point. Because Danielle, she's following a really crazy fucking case, and like it's so crazy. I don't. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough about it to discuss on here because I don't want to get any facts wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's really important to her, and there's a lot to it. So, like there's a lot of excuse me, there's a lot of family involved, like a lot of different family members, and I don't. It's hard to follow, but she's been really deep into it, and
Yeah,
she's making a
Shell,
lot of
drop
people
the
aware of it.
link. We're gonna put the link to her channel. You guys are gonna do this together. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, okay. Beth Wade is asking, am I coming on to Real Massacre Live? I That wasn't necessarily the plan. Um, but I mean, I would. I
Now,
just don't
who's
know enough about the case. Um,
is Real Massacre Live? Is that Danielle then?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, gotcha.
yeah, and I think Beth is her partner. So, um,
So, are you going on
oh
with
no,
her?
she's subbed to them. I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. She's just subbed to them. Well, that wasn't the plan. I just want to do stuff with Danielle too because Danielle's actually the person who talked to me about the Watts case when it first broke.
So,
Her
Danielle,
and
is
I.
that if I go to her profile, is that going to be her
That's
channel
not.
or no?
I don't know. That's not her though. Danielle
Oh, that
Smith.
isn't
That's
her.
not her.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not
We
her.
never really finalized that. I guess
No,
I
no, no,
assumed
no,
it
no,
was.
no.
All
Danielle
right.
though. Danielle. She started a Missy Beavers. Uh, she started a Missy Beavers group, and I joined that group because I heard a podcast about her case, and I joined that group, and then me and her got to talking, and then she made me an admin of that group, and then her and I just kind of maintained this online thing
That's cool.
for a while, and so we've always been very loosely, but she's one of my mods, and she's very supportive of my channel, um, and and I haven't followed a lot of cases. In her case, I have not followed very much at all. But the rest of my mods actually follow the case pretty closely because it's her channel and follow her channel. And they speak, they praise it. But I don't have a lot of time to listen to it, and I feel like a dick about it.
I know. I wish I could watch more too. I really do.
Right,
I know where you're coming from.
right. I mean, like I'm always working or exercising, or I'm doing this very late at night.
You guys.
Um, so,
More power to you, Will. No,
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I
I
mean,
wish I was more disciplined in
it's
exercising.
this is new to me, man.
Oh,
It's new
really?
to me. Yeah, yeah. I've only been doing this for a year.
Oh, so this
Um,
is your midlife crisis.
this, I guess, maybe, but I wouldn't
It
call
might
it.
be. I
I
mean,
wouldn't call it a crisis.
well, it doesn't have to be bad. It's just a change. It's a
Yeah,
change.
but I don't think it's a midlife thing. It wasn't like one day I was feeling old and was like, "Oh, I should start doing this." That's not what happened. Like, I felt like I was gonna die, and I needed to make changes.
Yeah. So it was pretty extreme, like measures.
Right. It was,
When
yeah.
it's when it comes to life and death,
It
dude,
was,
I think
it was totally a Shawshank, like get busy living or get busy dying, one of those things.
well, at
So,
least you went the right way, Will.
yeah, I hope so. It feels like I have though.
Well, it sounds like you have.
I mean, that's what the point of starting the channel was, is because like I started going this direction, and like it's really, it really is from the bottom, like from I was at rock bottom emotionally, and then it was like, what are you gonna do now? You know, what are you gonna do now? And so I just started doing things differently and started thinking differently, and and I did it with a theory, and that theory is proving itself little by little every day. And so that's what the channel's supposed to be about. I veer away from it a lot because I'm afraid of it coming off as preachy. You know, I
What do you
don't want to do
mean?
that. I don't want to like come off like I'm talking about it so much that I'm shoving it down people's throats.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's
But you
really
know what? I feel like that could be motivating to people.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Like I like the idea of inspiring people with it, but I don't want to like be like you need to do this. If you want to make changes, you need to do that. And I find myself wording things very similar to that sometimes, and then I'm like,
Really?
oh, yeah, because there's certain
Put,
things like I mean, it's the truth. Like the fact of the matter is, until you learn to have gratitude for things in your life, you're never going to be happy. It's just not. It's not possible. You're never going to find actual happiness until you learn to actually appreciate things.
mm-hmm.
That's what happiness is. That's what happiness is that it's the physical it's the physical manifestation of appreciation. I mean,
I
that's
agree.
it's the reaction to it.
Yep.
It's so just practice more of what makes of what inspires that feeling, and that's what I do. Like I just find more reasons to be happy about individual things. I look at things that normally wouldn't make me happy, not necessarily make me unhappy, but things that I would take for granted, and then I find reasons for them to make me happy. And so I generally find happiness. You know, it's
So you didn't always think like that though?
no, no, I didn't. I was always very much a pessimist, and I was always very much
Very negative?
very negative, very negative. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
So I'm
negativity. I can't
right,
I
and I'm a
can't do
lot.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I
being
grew up in
more
a family that kind of automatically, they kill a positive with a negative.
right, and
And I
that doesn't
notice that now.
mean that I'm not going to call bullshit when I see it. I mean, I'm going to do that. That doesn't mean, but I try to make a conscious effort not to complain if I can. Um, but we all complain. We just do. But when you make a conscious effort to try not to, you do it a lot less than most people,
Yeah.
and
Unfortunately, for
and
most
and
people,
your
it takes
environment
effort.
improves. Right.
It takes a definite effort to be
Sure.
positive. It really does. But
But your environment improves from it. It
it
just
really
does.
does. It really does. And how you respond to things really
Right.
helps you.
Right.
It helps you. And I'm working on certain things in my life right now. I'm very reactive. I'm a very reactive person. So like if something happens, I tend to like immediately like just react to it. And I'm trying to get myself to take a step back and not react and think about it. Because I
Well,
find when I think about it, I'm not really as worked up as I
it's
originally got.
it's true. I find that when I realize um that if when I try to break down why someone is doing what they're doing,
Hmm.
and I can come up with a logical theory as to why they're doing what they're doing, 99.9% of the time, the outcome or the reaction to it is never to react to it. The best logical solution is just to kind of just okay, whatever, because it doesn't really affect you. It really doesn't. Like when people say something negative about me or think something negative about me, a lot of it just has to do with whatever's going on with them, and so I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's a
I
good way to look at it.
it's not my place to worry about their shit, you know? And it's like, okay, I have a group, right? I have a group under the same name. Um, it's called the Glare, right? And
It's called the glarer.
it's just like my channel. And I never have any bullshit in there. Like we never have bullshit in there. And anything goes. Anybody can do anything. And just the other day, it's funny. One of my admins, she posted a story about, I think it was like a 69-year-old woman who just gave birth to a child, and Right. And I thought, oh wow, that's crazy. That's cool. It's just one of those stories that
Right?
you know. And this one girl, this one member, she writes in the comments, I don't like this because the chances of the life expectancy of the mother is not going to be very long, and the child's going to grow up without a mother, and blah blah blah, and just totally Debbie Downered the whole fucking thing. And I
Uh-huh.
was just like, I called her out on it. I was like, yeah, don't be such a fucking drag, like
Mm-hmm.
this is a nice little story. Like somebody went
Why
and
you
tried
gotta find such a negative in it, man?
right, right. And I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was just being real, like why what's the problem here? And and then she immediately turns it into, well, I thought this was a group for discussion and blah blah blah. And I'm like, we are discussing it. But now we're discussing the fact that you're finding something negative in it, and I want to know why you felt the need to find something negative in it. Sorry, but this became about you. It's no longer about the 69-year-old woman.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't blame me for the way shit happens. It just fucking happens. You're the one who did it. Take some accountability,
But
right?
there's people like that. They'll hear something and they find the negative in it
Right.
immediately.
So, but right, and then sure enough, she takes no accountability at all. She's just like, you're so snarky, man. I swear to God, I never fucking hear that word other than fucking groups. It's always some Karen fucking lady. Karen. You've seen the memes of Karen
Oh
or
yeah,
Susan.
Karen. Yep.
Fucking, she's got the haircut and she always has to speak to the manager. There's always there's always fucking somebody like that in these groups, and they always call me snarky. That's always the go-to word. That's the go-to word to describe me. As soon as I hear them call me snarky, I'm like, oh, okay, this is somebody. I know where this is going, And then I straight up, I don't know. I know I schooled her. I don't know what the fuck I said, but I totally just fucking shut her up because she was like, this, you can't talk about anything in this. I thought this was a group where anybody can talk about anything, and I swear this group is like 99% drama free. A lot of the reason why is because a lot of people don't fucking even post anything, and it's not a very active group. But I'll take it because there's, again, like my channel, there's a few people who are active in the chat, and I'm grateful for those few people. But in the group, it's the same thing, and then this lady just decides to just be shitty. And I remembered her from other groups. I remember her from some
Right, right.
I remember her from the group that I was in with Tara and Bree, and she
Like
was
this is just her MO. Like this is just what she does.
right. So I didn't feel guilty about shitting all over her, I just didn't. And I know that it's like the same person that I'm going to talk to in every single fucking one. It's like there's always somebody who does that. There's always somebody who does that. And it's just because they don't want to face the fact that they're unhappy, and they want to reflect their unhappiness onto other people and blame the other person for their
You're
unhappiness.
so right.
They want to be unhappy, and then they want to be like, they want to find somebody to latch onto so that they can blame them, and they can have just like this blamer.
And you know what's crazy is that they don't realize that it takes so much less energy to just be happy for somebody.
Right. Yeah.
Like, wow, that is so much easier and there's no stress involved.
Right. Yeah, sure enough, because I was sitting there and I'm like, well, what? My argument was like, well, my father died when I was a year old, like, okay, yeah, maybe she'll grow up without a mother, but that doesn't mean she's going to be this fucking awful person. Like her life is ruined over it.
Right.
There's a lot of people that grow up with one parent, man. They're okay. It's not.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, some people their parents die and
they're fine. They're not as fortunate, but it's okay. She's going to be okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be people like that in every bunch. But the people that you have in your channel that are drama free, they're there, they enjoy the conversation, they have good questions, they participate, That's what it's all about. Like it's quality over quantity, in my opinion. It really is.
I've learned that.
I
I
would
mean,
rather have 5 people that are there and contribute and
and I'm telling you, like I'm so grateful. Like I swear I'm only doing this for the sheer conversation, and I'll prove it right now, because I'm getting from since you and I started interacting live on on these channels, on your channel, I've gained a bunch of new subscribers, and I'm super grateful for
that's
that. I'm
cool.
super
Awesome.
grateful.
But
But
you know what,
here's
Will?
the thing.
It's you don't have to
Here,
be. I mean, you don't have to be grateful for it because you
but
know what? Only you can keep them there.
well, but
So
here's the thing though, is I'm also fully aware of the fact that a bunch of these people that have subscribed to me, they're if they're expecting certain things that go on in this channel, they're not going to find that in my channel. If they're expecting certain things that go on in other channels, they're not going to find that in other channels. They might not even find this in my channel, because this is just simply my honest dynamic with you. So I don't know what's going to happen on my channel. So they might be real disappointed. It happens all the time. I gain subs and then I lose subs.
see, you're being that's kind of negative,
I'm
dude.
not
Why
being negative.
you are though,
I'm making the point that I'm not worried about it.
dude.
I
You're
want
being
quality.
negative.
I want quality people who just want to just get in my channel and talk shit and have a good time. So
You know what? You are who you are, and if they like it, they like it, and if they
right,
don't, they don't.
that's all. I'm just giving these new subs a heads up. That's all I'm doing.
Dude,
I'm
I
not
don't think
being
you have to
negative.
do that. I don't think
I'm
you have
not
to do that. I think seriously, I mean, they subscribed to you because they heard you and they
right.
liked what they heard, so they went and subscribed, and I think that's awesome. But you have to be more regular with your
I guess
peeps.
so.
I'm just giving you a hard time because I know you struggled. Like, I want to go on. I don't know what I want to talk about. I do that all the fucking time.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Like,
some nights I'm like, God, I really don't even have anything to say. But then people are like, well, where were you? Why didn't you go live? Like, they don't mind shooting the shit, you know?
yeah, yeah. Like, there's some nights where I'm on fire, and there's other nights where I don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about.
Yeah. And there's nights I sit there and I go, I really want to go live, but I really don't have a topic. And then I just don't do it. And then I kind of feel bad.
Right. I
I feel
feel
like
like
I let everybody down. Like I'm a
yeah,
loser.
like I gypped them of their time, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah. I
you
know. I
know,
know.
like this is so much more, and that's the irony of it, because now I'm just blabbing and not shutting the fuck up ever, because I'm talking to someone directly, like you and I are having a conversation, and I'm like taking way too much control of it, but the
Dude, no,
reason
you're
being
not.
is
I wouldn't let you take too much control of it. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
well, the
No,
reason being is because like I'm naturally having a nice conversation, and this is the way that I am. This is the way that I talk. This is
I don't
not.
think you're overpowering anything. I think you actually you have a great voice. You have great insight, and I think people like the way you communicate with them.
And I like
You're
the way that
real.
I like your vibe too, and that's why I was like, yeah, maybe I can fuck with Jay.
Megan sure likes you.
I like Megan too. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was telling you earlier, when I go on D Live, I haven't been on D Live in a long time, but you can play music over there and not get like the copyright and stuff like that.
Oh, really? That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's
Because
so fun.
I would love to do that. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to have a watch party like on YouTube, like a live, like where I'd play some fucking shitty movie and like just talk over it, and like and have people in the
Can
chat.
you do that though?
I don't know. That's
See,
the thing,
YouTube is so freaking sticky.
right?
Their rules are so broad that it scares me to do anything. I'm literally scared of them. Like when I go
Right.
on YouTube, I kind of get anxiety before I go on because you just don't know what the hell you're going to do wrong.
No.
Because I've had my shit taken away a few times. My monetization was taken away, my live streaming, there's copyrights, there's all kinds of shit. You go on D Live, you can play music, you can even stream shows and movies as long as you're talking.
Right.
YouTube, I don't know. I don't trust them because they have bots checking their shit. And
They
they
do
pick
have
up on
bots
things, and
checking their
yeah,
shit.
it's not accurate. But like D Live is kind of a newer, and it is kind of a gamer thing, but it's turning more. They do have a chatting
Are you talking about
segment.
Discord?
No, it's called D
No.
Live.
D
No, I'll
Live.
send you a
Okay.
link and I'll show you it. But they don't shut you down, so it's just a little
Yo,
more
okay.
lenient over there.
Speaking of shutting shit down, okay, just Shelly, I'm gonna shut this shit down like right now. No, I'm not.
Oh, who is Misery? What
The
is this
only
all about?
reason the only reason I know who Misery is because I had switched over last night. You were live, Kay was live, and I switched back and forth. And Misery was the guy that was on with Kay last night. But
But who is it?
I was literally on the phone with you. I was literally on your live talking while Misery was talking with Kay live. So there's no fucking way that I could be
I don't
Misery.
even think you sound like that guy.
I hope not, because I was sitting there listening to him going, dude, I sound way better than that dude.
You don't sound like him at all.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
But,
You do. You sound way better than he did.
oh,
He doesn't sound like you at all.
yeah.
But
So
they're
no,
shut down.
just Shelly, shut that bullshit down. I'm not. I'm Will. I'm the glare. Nobody else. I'm too lazy to make socks. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if I troll you, like I'm trolling you.
Right.
Like I'm wearing my name proud.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
want you to.
I don't
I
have
want you to
time.
remember who trolled you.
She said, "Oh, okay, I just knew it. You do sound way better," she said.
Oh,
See? God. See, men can come on here and like all these ladies are just like, "Oh, it's Will." They just love it. They just
I don't think so, but
trust me, they do. But I do like having a guy's perspective because it's always, it's always women that I'm talking to on here, and very
I
few
mean,
and far between can I get a guy's perspective and an opinion. I think that's pretty cool. I like being able to do that.
yeah, I like getting female perspective on things too.
You got to be careful though what female you get that perspective from. That could
Well,
bite you in the ass.
no. How's your perspective gonna bite me in the
Not
ass?
mine. I'm not talking about mine. No, I said you got to be careful with what women you get perspective from. Because some women are pretty dangerous.
No.
Pretty catty there, Will.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's on you if you want to be catty.
I'm not catty. I'm not speaking about me.
I'm not talking about you directly. I was just speaking generalities. I was saying if you the catty type, then that's on you.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not.
unfortunately, the majority of women are the catty type.
Well,
Do you disagree?
it's a matter of opinion.
What are you munching on?
Oh, I was finishing off my bag of flavor twist honey barbecue Frito.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're eating fucking carrot sticks or something.
No, I should be, but yeah, I'm not. I diet really well for a while, and then what happens actually is I get paid. I I get paid from work, and then I start blowing money on junk food, and I'm just like, oh, I deserve this because
oh yeah, you justify it.
Yeah, totally.
I always justify that I shouldn't go to the grocery store when I'm hungry.
Oh,
So I should not. Shit I don't need.
Like I should not be eating Fritos. Like I had like 7.5 miles on an elliptical bike today.
And then you're eating Fritos. Fritos are so fattening.
So I just totally undid exactly what I like worked my ass off for.
But you're healthier because of it. So don't look at it that way. There's still positive benefits. Even if you eat like shit after you exercise, your heart is still healthier because of it.
And
there's the positivity.
And I eat healthy most of the time anyway. So it's not that it's justified, but like it's okay. It's okay.
I don't know, 9 miles. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it was 7.5, but it was
7.5 miles.
Yeah, and then I did 7.5 miles on the elliptical bike, and then I'll do Normally, I'll do like 3,000 meters on like this row machine.
I
Then I
can't.
do
And
I do like,
you're saying that your little snack bag of Fritos undid that? I don't
yeah,
think so.
yeah, yeah. That's all
There's
it
no
takes.
way.
Because you only burn like 400 calories on that 7.5 mile. Not even 400
There's no
calories.
way.
And I'll tell you how many calories are in this right here. There's 160 calories per serving, and there is 4.5 servings in this container, and the bag is empty. And I ate it all tonight. So yeah, 4.5 times 160 calories. I don't feel like doing that math because I don't want to fucking kill
Yeah,
myself.
I'm not gonna do it either. I would
But
just look. I would just say, you
but
know
it's a
what?
lot more. It's a lot more calories than I burned on that thing. So
Okay, but think of it this way. This is the way I would look at it. Okay, if you didn't do the 7.5 miles and you ate the Fritos, think about it.
yeah,
Think about
true.
it that way.
No. Yeah, I always do. But okay, and shell in. Yeah, I'm also a smoker too. So imagine being that idiot.
Are you
Like,
kidding me? How the
yeah,
fuck do you do that?
imagine being that fucking. I'm that one idiot at the gym who will do fucking like my PR, which is 1,100 mile or 11. I'm sorry, 11,000 miles on a row, or not 11,000 miles, 11,000 meters
Like
on a
what?
row. Yeah, 11,000 meters on a row machine, and then go out and smoke a cigarette because that's all I can think about doing. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. I'm that fucking moron.
Okay, so
So
I'm a smoker too, and there's
yeah,
no way in hell I could do that.
I could quit anything except smoke cigarettes. I'm just not ready for it yet.
Yeah,
I
you
will
have to be
eventually.
there. You have to be there. I've done it 3 times. Oh, I mean, I guess I'm kind of a failure because I went back to it, but it's hard. You really have to be in the mindset where you're ready to do it.
Yeah, you have to like. I realize that I have to prepare myself for always wanting a cigarette. Subconsciously, just always wanting a
I
cigarette.
know, me too. It's terrible. So,
Yeah.
like, when you think about what you were saying earlier about how like feel like you're like kind of getting preachy about like your exercise and being positive or whatever you were saying, like
Right.
you feel preachy, right? So
Well,
think of it this way. Well, you said it a little
it's
bit.
my shit. It's just my shit. It's what I do. And
Right,
so
but what
I'm
I'm
not. I don't want to come off like I'm telling other people that that's what they need to be doing. Like, do whatever you do whatever you want. Like, I'm just saying, if you're complaining about not being happy, then this is what I'm doing to get happy, and try it, see if it works. If you want, if you don't, that's cool. If you just like to hear me talk about it, then that's even better. But I would love to hear somebody apply it and then tell me that they got the same results. You know, I just truly, I'm just, what happens is I'm in awe of the fact that this attitude works. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking great. And then I'm marveling at watching it. Like, you can almost break it down. It's super crazy. Like, just things just happening that are just fucking.
well, when you think about that, Will, think about how annoying it is when people say to you about smoking. Like when they tell you, ex-smokers telling you need to quit
I,
smoking.
it's not that annoying because I know I do need to quit smoking.
I know, but
Like,
no one's gonna
they're right.
quit because someone guilts them or,
No,
gets on their ass all
no,
the time about it. Like that's not gonna be motivating to quit.
no,
It's
it's
not.
never gonna be motivating. Like, you could tell me to quit all you want. Like, there's more of a chance that I'm not gonna quit just out of principle because I don't like people telling me what to do. But, but yeah,
I,
but I already know that I need to quit.
I know, and I enjoy doing it. That's the sad thing, is I really enjoy having a cigarette. To me,
Yeah,
it's and you know what's funny is my family doctor doesn't really get on my ass about it. Um,
no doctors really do. Like, unless you're smoking like 5 packs a day. Like, dude, a pack of cigarettes will last me 2 days. It will last me 2 days. I don't like the fact that I smoke. I don't enjoy smoking. When you say you enjoy a cigarette, like I agree with you in that sense. Like there are times where, like after I eat a big meal, or after it
This is
slows
like
down at work,
satisfying. Yeah.
you know what I mean? I like to sneak off. That's my little. I collect myself for a minute.
Yep.
And I smoke super fast. Like I tell my coworkers, "Hey, I'll be back in 3 minutes,"
You
and
smoke a cigarette that fast?
I will smoke a cigarette in 3 minutes, all the way to the filter.
So you wait a second. So Shell, I have no interest in stopping. See, and I don't right now, but I will someday. I know that there will come a time where I'll be like, okay, I gotta stop. But what was I get? Quitting sucks. I'm trying now. You have to be ready to quit. You just have to be ready. But anyways,
Yeah,
my doctor was like,
you have to be ready to always want a cigarette
yeah, and if
and live
you're
with
if
it.
you're going through like a stressful time and you're a smoker, like that's not the time to quit.
Yeah,
Because it does
but
help. And I was talking to my doctor about it, and he's like, do you know why you feel better when you smoke? Like when you're stressed out, when you know why it calms you down, why you even crave that when you're stressing or, you know, feeling that way. And I said no. And he said, well, nicotine has the same effect as an antidepressant on your brain. And
sure.
that's why you feel better. And it makes sense. He's like, that's why I don't really, jump on your ass, because I know why you're doing it. And when you're right, like my doctor's, he's a pretty fat guy. And he's like, that's me with food. Like
Right.
I'm an emotional eater, and you're doing that. And I get the same feeling when I eat. But I
Yeah.
never knew nicotine had that effect on your brain, like an
Oh
antidepressant.
yeah,
I
for
did not know
sure.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's also like the chemicals that they put in it to enhance it.
Mm,
Like that's
mhm.
also like I came to terms that that's also what I'm really addicted to.
Yeah,
Like
for
if
sure.
it was just pure nicotine, if I was
Dude,
just addicted to pure nicotine, I would have quit a long time ago.
it's all those additives.
It is. Like I've tested that because like I remember I quit smoking for like 3 months, and then somebody gave me an American Spirit cigarette,
Hmm.
right? And then nothing. I was like, oh, why did I even bother with this? Blah blah blah. But
It
I
didn't
still
really
felt.
hit that craving,
I,
did it?
no, and then somebody gave me a Parliament, which is what everybody was smoking at the time, which is what I smoked, and I took a drag of it, and this feeling of satisfaction, the physical feeling of satisfaction that came over me was overwhelming. Like I got just lightheaded, like I felt like I just landed on a
Yep.
cloud.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's totally those chemicals they add in. It's terrible. It's terrible. Roger says smoke weed, Will.
I mean, I do that too, but it's don't.
I
that's
said
that's
right on, Raj.
that's that's different, and I don't do that often. Like I never buy it. It's just that I happen to know one or two people who smoke, and you know they'll.
Dude, you don't have to
Like,
justify that shit. It's
I'm not.
legal. I mean, it's
I'm not trying to justify it. Like I I have no shame in the fact that I smoke weed. I'm just saying, like, it's something that I don't do all that often.
mhm.
But if it's offered to me, it's more about the camaraderie. It's more about the social interaction between me and the person that just passed it to me than it is the want
See,
to
that's
be
so
high.
weird because for me, it's the total opposite. Like, that's an at-home thing for me. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be around a bunch of people.
Oh,
I
I could
think,
be high anywhere.
see, I think that for me, I'm so like, I don't want to say I'm high strung, but my mind never stops. That makes me kind of chill, and I just like to. Sometimes I just don't even want to talk. Like, just let me listen to
right.
music or something. Just kind of, just I don't know. That's just me. It
Yeah.
calms me down.
Sometimes I like to do that too. But see, I don't like to use weed or any substance really for that matter. Like I hate that cigarettes serve that purpose because that's the only purpose cigarettes serve to me. I don't like smoking. I don't enjoy it. I don't, I I hate the fact that I have that itch to scratch all the time. But with weed, it's not like that. I like to just I, I I like to just my favorite thing to do is get really really baked and watch a movie.
Hmm.
My favorite thing to do in the world. Um, and because I love movies.
What
Um,
kind of movies? Just any movies?
not any movies, but I don't know. It's something whatever interests me, and then I'll watch it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like a lot of different types of movies.
I'm not a big movie head.
I am.
I have been lately just because I got rid of cable and I just have Netflix.
Right.
So I've been kind of watching all these. There's a lot of corny movies on Netflix. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Just movies don't really impress me that much. I'd rather watch something that's real. Is that bad? I just, I kind of see through, like, if it's really bad acting, it really bothers me. Do you know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
it
you can,
depends, man. It depends on the movie. You know, like sometimes I'm gonna watch a movie and I'm gonna expect some bad acting, and I'm gonna really enjoy it. Sometimes I'm gonna watch a movie and I'm gonna expect some really good acting, and then there's really bad acting, and then I'm disappointed. Um, you know, it's but yeah, I'm actually pretty critical of movies. Like I'm careful about what movies I call good movies. I don't.
okay, so I have to ask you, did you see the Joker movie?
I did.
Okay, now believe it or not, that's probably the first movie that I've been to the theater in I don't know how long. Okay.
Right.
And my daughter is in college and she had to write a review on a movie and she's like, let's go see this movie.
Halloween as
So,
well. And there's really
oh my
not.
God, are we echoing?
No,
What was that?
no. I accidentally opened up a page that I had here.
Oh, so it was your fault. So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
did you like the movie?
yeah. I loved it. I'm a huge Batman fan.
Okay,
Um,
I've never seen a Batman movie in my life, and I thought
wow.
that movie was super super good.
Yeah, it was because it was smart. They took the thing about Batman that makes Batman like I like my comic books and everything, but I like Batman for different reasons. Um, I'm very very into the whole Batman universe, Gotham City, and everything. And it's because those characters, um, like when you think of the Penguin and you think of all these, like, how do I explain? The TV show Gotham did a good job of making those characters more believable. You know, like
Hmm.
if you look at them all as just mob bosses and gangsters with funny names, and it's because they have, like the Italian mob was a lot like, there'd be some guy named Vinny No Nose, Caputo or whatever, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And so it's because he had some weird shaped nose, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So if you look at Batman characters in the same way, you could write them to be you could write all these characters to be very, very believable people. Um, and very, very believable scenarios. You know, it it's very unlikely, but it's very possible that somebody with more money, with as much money as, I mean, a billionaire, you know what I mean? Somebody with that much money who's young and obsessed with fighting crime because his parents were murdered right in front of him as a child, then it would make sense that he could get all the training and equipment that he needed to fight crime and scratch that itch of his, um, you know, and beat up criminals and, try to fight crime, right? Um, but uh, with the Joker, the way that they depicted the Joker in this movie was very believable to me. Like a guy that when when you follow Batman and you know the type of man that the Joker turns out to be in his prime, this was an origin story. So it makes sense that this would be an origin and a lead in to this person being this this psychotic mass murdering psychopath. I mean, that's what the Joker is. He's completely cold-blooded, and he's completely sick and twisted, and he manages to get people behind him, and he gets people to work for him, and gets people to trust him, and yet he's completely and totally insane. And
well, that was going to be my next question for you, because I've never seen Batman in my life. I was going to ask you, like, I know the Joker's like a quote unquote bad guy, but I never really knew, like, what did he do? Like, what was the extent?
I also like, I like when movies make villains to have a certain side of humanity to them, to where there's this little person inside you that's somewhat rooting for them. You know they got to go down, but you kind of there's this little part of you that wants to see if they're the better adversary in the story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's what's really funny is, okay, my daughter's 19, and these kids are very sensitive.
Right.
So she tells me before we go, and she's like, "Mom, this movie, it's like triggering people." And I'm like, "Triggering them how?" Like,
it was, yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, why are they triggered? Like, what's wrong with it?" She's like, "I don't know, man. I'm really scared to see it because I'm just hearing everybody's getting triggered." I'm like, "Triggered for what?" She's like, "Suicide, like he puts a gun to his head, and it's really disturbing." And I'm just
Well, that's
thinking,
just
what the
dumb.
fuck? Like, why is that? I mean, this is nothing new. That movie
Right.
was nothing.
Well, that's because you're a true crime enthusiast, and you hear crazier shit than that shit happening every day in real life.
True.
Because you
True.
follow it. Most people don't. Most people turn a blind eye to it because they don't want to hear it. They want sunshine and rainbows. They don't want to know that this kind of shit is going on in the same world they live in. So to you, it's like, okay, but to the average person, to the average Batman fan, who turns to fantasy to cope with reality, then you know what I mean, to a certain degree, to a healthy degree, in fairness, usually to a healthy degree for the most part, but they don't want to follow, they want to go down the rabbit hole of trying to understand why a mother would drown her own children, or why somebody would just decide to just start shooting people for the sake of shooting people. People don't really want to understand why. They just don't want it to be going on.
Yeah.
They just don't want it to be happening. They just no.
Yeah, when she was like, they're triggered, I'm like, triggered by
Right.
what? Like, what could possibly be in this movie? But my daughter is really empathetic, and we were watching it.
It shoves mental illness in your face.
It really does. It really
That's what it
does.
does.
I felt bad for the guy. I'll be honest. I felt bad for him.
Right.
My daughter cried. She felt so bad for him. Like when he got beat up, when he was kicked, and she was literally like had tears in her eyes. She felt horrible.
Right.
Bad.
So you kind of, I love movies where you're like, do I agree with what this person's doing? Absolutely not. But do I understand it? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to applaud him when like he stuck up for himself.
Right, and people don't want to face that side of themselves. People don't want to be faced with the idea that somebody who is so awful could have a side of humanity to them.
Yeah, you're kind of sympathizing with them.
Right. Nobody wants to do that. They're afraid of being bad. They're afraid of
what does that make me, right? Like,
right. They're afraid of finding something out about themselves.
Yeah.
That's a big problem in society today. That's why I really try to focus on self-awareness. I'm always asking myself if I'm being hypocritical. Always. That's one of my biggest fears. I'm always asking myself if I'm being hypocritical.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a hypocrite.
Right. And the truth is we're all hypocrites to a certain degree.
But some people are very blatant,
Right. Yeah. And totally delusional about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. It's crazy. So
who's Bale? What are they talking about?
Oh, they're talking about different Batman actors.
Oh, see, I'm clueless. Totally
Yeah,
clueless on Batman. Wasn't there
yeah.
like a cartoon too?
There's been a lot of cartoons. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Batman.
That was like a boy thing. Like boys watch Batman and
Listen, we've been on this for two. We've been doing this for 2 hours. I do not have time to explain Batman to
I
you.
know have
That's
to be another day.
I don't even know if if it could be cut in a day. There's a
Well, you could
lot.
give like the gist of it, like Reader's Digest version. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess. The rundown is he's a rich kid. Parents got killed right in front of him, and then he was a little kid, and so he decided to spend the rest of his days, since obviously he's the heir to that fortune, and he decides to try to run the city as a billionaire playboy and try to influence things in that sense. But at night, he dresses up like a bat and takes down mob bosses.
Oh, wait a minute. So, in the Joker movie, the kid where his parents were killed, that's Batman?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
wow. Okay. So I had no idea. I've never, like I said, I don't know anything about Batman, but I just put a piece together.
See, what's funny is you only enjoyed that movie for about 80% of how you could enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know those little things
yeah,
thrown
there
in
was a
there.
lot of things that, like being a Batman fan, like Thomas Wayne, that character in that movie, being Batman's dad, like he was a dick, but realistically, you know, I'm buying that. I'm buying that over all of the other depictions I've seen of Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne is usually like this pillar of the community, and he's a hero, and he's not like other rich people. No, but this guy, he's a total douchebag. He's a total Donald Trump guy. You know, he's just rich and entitled and a dick.
I'm sorry. I'm still stumped on that was Batman, that little boy.
Yeah.
I'm still taking all that in because now I'm trying to think about what.
Yeah, the purpose of how strategically placed that scene was, it was to show how there was this strange domino effect of madness that took place in that universe and what it started. Because then Gotham City, this whole thing starts and it just gets crazy. Batman becomes Batman, and other villains become villains, and the Joker becomes the Joker. And
So is this the first Joker movie that's ever come out then?
it's the first
Like just on
exclusively
him?
Joker. Yeah.
Okay, so do they do this with all of the characters? Like, do they have movies where they go in depth about like their life and why they are who they are?
They've done on Joker origins, like the Jack Nicholson Joker in the Michael Keaton Batman. There was an origin backstory on the Joker there, but
is there a backstory on every single character?
Not as deep as it was here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, like Dark Knight Rises, there was a backstory on Bane, which was cool.
I just feel like I'm way too behind on this that I could never possibly catch up.
I'm impressed at you keeping up with the conversation we're having right now.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean, but we don't have to talk about it.
No, I just thought that was a cool movie. I mean, coming from someone who doesn't watch Batman, I still thought it was a great movie.
That's what I loved about it. That's exactly what I loved about it too, is the fact that you don't have to be a Batman fan to appreciate that piece of cinema. It was incredible cinema.
Yeah, it was really good.
Good cinema is what it was.
And like I said, I don't usually like too many movies, but I did like that movie.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, is you could write the Batman universe in a certain way to make anyone interested in it. You don't have to like superheroes. You could just there's so much deep psychological shit going on with Batman characters that it's mind blowing.
See, I never realized that, and I've always hated like superhero stuff.
Batman's completely insane. Batman's psychotic in his own right. He's just not homicidal, but he's totally narcissistic, and he's sociopathic.
You
He
just
doesn't.
use those two words that you said everybody uses on YouTube.
I did, and that's what's funny about it. What's funny about it is it actually ironically applies to Batman. It genuinely
See, now
does.
I'm getting intrigued and I want to watch it, but
Yeah.
nobody got time for that.
He's focused on his mission and his mission alone, and he'll use people. He'll even use small children to accomplish his mission. It's fucked up.
So, how many Batman movies are there?
Jeez, I don't know. There's a lot.
I mean, like that go together. Like, don't they go in sequence?
There's different takes on it. You know, like there's the Batman universe that came out that started in '89 with Michael Keaton, like Tim Burton directing them, and those were like those. Tim Burton did Batman and Batman Returns, and then they did Batman Forever in the third one, and then Batman and Robin, which is George
But
Clooney.
these don't go in order. Like, you don't have to watch it.
Those went in order, but they were shitty. The first two were good. The Tim Burton ones were good. But you don't have to watch those in order to watch like the Christopher Nolan ones with Christian Bale. That's a completely different universe, completely different take on the stories. But great movies. All three movies were great. You have to watch those.
Oh, there's only 3 that I'd have to watch?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm thinking it's like Star Wars, and I'm just like...
No. It's not that complicated. Star Wars is overly
Well, I can handle watching 3 movies.
I think Star Wars is like the most overrated franchise.
Oh, my son loves Star Wars.
I mean, it's like it's cool. It's just not, like I never got obsessed over it.
I'm not obsessed over any of that stuff. That's why I've never seen Batman. And my boys were never really like into superheroes. Like, they liked G.I. Joes, but that was about it. They weren't into like, being Spider-Man for Halloween and stuff.
Yeah, I actually, Megan says that you should start off with the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, with '89. I disagree, though. I think you should start off with the Nolan films. They're the most accurate take on those characters.
Can I watch them on Netflix or no?
Maybe. Batman Begins was on Netflix for a while.
Well, you have to tell me the 3. You have to send me the 3
names. I'll
watch them.
I'll text them to you right now. Hold on. Yeah, you got to watch Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises.
So which movie was the Aurora shooting?
See, yeah, you don't see. Oh, that was The Dark Knight Rises.
That was the last one.
You have to watch. Like, you'll know. I follow directors. And Christopher Nolan is probably my favorite director today. Not just because he did the Batman movies; he's just done great movies. Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, he did that one, which is a great movie. And he did Dunkirk, which is about that World War II battle. He did.
I don't know any of those.
The Prestige, which is also great. Yeah, man, he did a bunch of good shit, man. But you have to watch those movies, because they're pretty psychological, man. They're pretty deep.
Yeah, I like that.
But they're fun too,
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah. They're fun for sure, but I mean, they're not going to be nearly as deep as the Joker movie. Like, that shit was a whole precedence that set a whole new precedence.
Yeah,
That was
I like that.
There was nothing. There's never been anything done like that in the superhero world aside from a graphic novel, like in comic book form.
So you were pretty shocked at it.
There's never been anything that heavy done.
So you were pretty surprised at the movie.
I wasn't surprised, only because I knew I was going in to expect something to that effect.
Gotcha.
I was surprised that they successfully pulled it off. That's what I was surprised at, because it's been such a difficult thing to do. Like, they basically just totally pissed in the wind and really took the chance here, like, and took a big risk
And
using
pulled it
these
off.
characters and did something so dark, and got away with it. Not only got away with it, they're praised for it now. Like, and we're talking about the same director who did fucking The Hangover, old school.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah. Todd Phillips is a comedy director. He doesn't do this shit. You know? So this was unheard of for him to do.
Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Right. So he's completely reinvented his career with this movie. Like, Todd Phillips just totally reinvented himself in Hollywood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a big, huge deal.
It is. Yeah.
No, but I will. I'll watch these movies. I don't know when, but I will.
Yeah. You should. We can talk about them.
Yeah, I will. If they're on Netflix, because I don't have cable anymore. I ditched the cable.
I mean, there's sites you could always go on to.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, yeah. There's ways. There's
ways around it. I know.
Yeah.
I have teenagers.
Yeah.
20,
Yeah, you have teenagers. Like, there's if you were so inclined to watch these movies, you could watch them. And if you didn't even have the money to pay for them, there are ways. So,
Shell, am I live on D-Live right now? Or are you just saying, like, I have a D-Live channel? I'm confused. Because I'm wondering if this thing hooked me up to D-Live, too. I'm like, what? The StreamYard? Hey, you know what else you can do on this? So, if you have, like, Facebook. Let's say you have Facebook and you have YouTube and you have some other platform. You can go on all of them simultaneously. And it meshes your chat. Like, so you'll have your YouTube people, your Facebook people. You'll see all your chat in one chat.
Right.
I think that's pretty badass. Yeah.
That is badass. Like,
but I got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that would be dope.
They have this thing called Restream. You can do it, but it's more complicated. Mine never works right. So. I'm not exactly like the most tech savvy person in the world. I try.
You're way more tech savvy than me, man. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on here.
Well, just because I had someone show me, you know, that's what you need. Is someone to help you and show you.
Yeah.
I always pay it forward, so if you have any questions about anything.
I would love that, because otherwise what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be like, I'm going to go over to Jay's house to go live.
No, you gotta do this StreamYard thing, I think.
Yeah,
because like what you're doing, you're not really putting pictures up and stuff. You're not like showing slideshows and stuff. So it's just you talking.
Not. But that's the thing, is I want to do that stuff. You know, there's stuff I want to. Like I told you, like I want to see if there's a way to do like a watch party. You know, because that would be fun. Is just to like show some shitty fucking really shitty B movie and do kind of like like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of thing.
Oh my god, I totally remember that show.
That would be so
the
much
little alien and the guy. They said.
Yeah, but instead it would be us.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Like,
yes, you can totally do that.
Like, I want to do that so bad when the Lifetime Watts movie comes out. Oh my god, I just want to destroy it as it's playing. Like when it debuts.
Wow. When it comes out, I ain't watching your live then.
Oh, why?
Oh, I might replay it to hear your comments, but not initially.
Oh, initially.
I have to be like, I'm going to be enthralled.
God, it's going to be such a fucking pile of shit.
Oh my god. I can't even imagine like the actors and.
Yeah, you know what they're going to do? It's going to be a total fucking puff piece. They're going to make Shanann out to be this perfect fucking gorgeous, lovely person that, you know, and in all fairness, she was not a bad person. You know,
no, she wasn't.
No, she was not a bad person, but she was not this perfect person that I know this this fucking network is going to make her out to be in order to
It's going to be
make
so exaggerated.
story. It's going to be so exaggerated. She's going to be this perfect person, and he's going to be this guy
with the wandering eye.
With the wandering, exactly. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
They're probably going to show him from the beginning as having this wandering eye.
That's what it is. He's going to be super cool on the surface, and then you're going to hear this ominous music come over while he's got this weird look on his face.
Yeah, like a side eye at some chick.
And then it's going to stop. It's going to stop suddenly. He's going to be like, "What, honey? Oh yeah, Shanann, I got it. Hold on, doo-doo-doo." And he's going to go back to being this normal guy, and you're going to go, "Oh my god."
Oh my god. But you know what would be the best?
He's a monster under the surface.
But you know what would be the best is if they reenact him doing that hot dog song.
The hot dog song, dude.
Dude, they got to throw that in the movie. You know, and I'm not trying to make light of a horrible situation, but I mean, I don't know these people. I don't know them. It's a case, you know, it's a crime, it's a case. But seriously, they have to throw that in there because that shit was gold.
Well, they're not going to throw that in there because it's a copyright thing, first of all. Disney's never going to be like, yeah, you can use that.
They can't just let him sing it?
No, dude, you can't do that.
And hop around in his kitchen?
Dude, already, that's a PR nightmare.
Would you not laugh your ass off if you saw that, though, now? Just wait. Dude. You never know.
Dude, if I already laughed my ass off. And when I saw that, I was like, look at him. He's a loving father. No father would learn that song and dance for it for his kids to fucking calm down. And you know what I mean? Like, this is a loving father. All the videos that I saw, this is a guy who loved so too. He absolutely loved this kid. He was just he was an asshole and an idiot.
Yeah.
He's just an asshole and an idiot. This is a guy who thought, oh, this is the easy way to do it. He didn't understand the magnitude of what he was doing because he didn't really care, to be honest. But, you know, I'm not saying that he didn't understand the magnitude of what he's doing because he was autistic or had special needs or any of those fucking stupid theories that I've heard. I'm saying he didn't understand the magnitude of what he did because he didn't pay attention to what he had. He didn't care, you know?
You know what? You're right back to the appreciation thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It is.
That's why people get divorced, and I'm telling you, people don't appreciate what they have, and they neglect it, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's probably not even the point you were getting at. I probably heard that wrong.
I'm
reading Roger's comments. He's throwing me off, man. He's throwing me off.
But I see. I was talking about that. I don't look at the chat. I don't.
Well, Roger said, imagine how scary the movie will be after Shanann walks inside the house. And that just got me thinking, like, what are they going to put in this movie?
Dude, I mean, I already know how it ends, you know?
What version are they going to go with?
They're going to go, I mean.
What's the official version?
I'll bet you anything that it's going to cut off. It's a Lifetime movie. Ugh. They're not going to go into like the details. They're not going to reenact the crime itself. What they're going to do is no. I think they'll show him start to do it, and then it'll fade to black.
Oh, the next thing you know, we're at the fucking oil.
He's standing on the porch talking to the press.
Oh, you think it's going to skip over all that?
Yeah,
oil and the oil drums and all that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
they might just focus more on the affair and have those steamy sex scenes in there. They're probably going to go for that.
That's the way to do it, because what are they going to do? Because they got to piss off everybody and make the mistress look like evil. You know?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
What they're going to do. The mistress is plotting.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And
crazy.
I feel so bad for Nicole Kessinger, dude.
I agree with Roger, though. He said they have to show how it was done. I really do think they're going to have like a straightforward like way it was done.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's going to be left open-ended like that.
I don't know. Fuck. I mean, I don't give a shit.
You do though, because we're
I
right back
don't.
on it. We are right.
What
You
I'm
said you were going
saying
to
is
have a watch party for the Watch
because
Lifetime movie,
no,
dude.
because it's gonna be such a pile of shit. Like I am gonna tear it up. I'm gonna tear it apart from beginning to end. I know
Okay, I would probably watch that then.
I know I'm going to. Like, I've never seen a Lifetime movie I took seriously. I'm gonna see a Lifetime movie on this and take it seriously. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
It's never gonna happen.
well, you have to watch it first, I think, and then do your commentary.
I agree with you, Roger. I love Nicole
Oh
too.
my God, come on. We're
I
gonna go
I
that far.
well, no, I love her. You know, not like that. I just think that she's misunderstood, and I think
Oh
that,
Jesus. Okay,
and I feel really bad
listen.
for her. I feel like
Really?
I totally
She
do.
still was fucking a married man. I mean, you gotta
So,
know the shit can get messy. Maybe not that messy, but the shit got messy, and it
I
can get messy. So
yeah, but
she's an adult.
she was thinking is the messiest it could possibly get in her head was that the camera crew from Cheaters shows up and she gets a little embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like that's as bad as it gets in her head. Not this guy's
Well,
gonna
no, I'm
murder
sure
his
she
children.
never imagined that. But
Yeah.
let's face it, her decisions, her poor decisions, got her where she was.
And the Finn is saying, yeah, she's all over the place these days. Well, where's she been? Like, I don't even know. Has she
Who?
uh Nicole
What do you mean all
Kessinger?
over the place?
I don't know. I guess
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. That's what I'm asking.
I don't get it. Like all over.
Yeah. Like I haven't seen her. I haven't heard anything from her. And that speaks volumes too. It speaks volumes about her that out of in all this madness, a year after this case, right? All this madness, I haven't heard a fucking thing from this woman. Not a fucking peep.
Well, would you? I
That's
mean,
well, no, because everybody's making her out to be this opportunist, and oh,
well, she
she was
kind.
looking to write a book, and blah 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 blah. She hasn't said a fucking
But
word this
why was
whole
she searching all the things she was searching? Well,
because who
come
knows why people search what they search for, dude?
really? Like, will my
Maybe she was sitting there talking. Maybe she was sitting there talking to a friend, and she was telling him what was going on, and then they were randomly. Who knows? They could have been fucking smoking weed or drinking and just talking, and then one subject led to another subject, and then she was like, you know how much money could be made from a fucking book, blah 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 blah, and then she Googled how much money could be made from a book. Didn't mean that she was looking for money for a book. I'm not saying that she wasn't
Well,
either.
I think you're being naive because Amber Fry.
I'm not being naive. I'm saying it's possible that she was being greedy and looking into it and thinking it from that perspective. But I also don't blame her for it.
Of her, and I don't get that. I don't understand why you do that.
Why do what?
Like, why you're assuming like the best of her when she
I,
clearly was having an.
I don't have any reason to think the worst of her.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't know her. You know nothing about her other than she was fucking a married man, right? You really
Okay.
don't know her.
Okay.
Everything you've said has been assumptions.
Yeah.
So what you do know about her is that she knew this man had 2 children and a baby on the way.
Hey, everybody in this chat, do me a favor. I want everybody in this chat real quick. Raise your hand if you've never cheated on a significant other or been with somebody who is cheating on a significant other.
Okay, wait.
If you never have,
So put a 1 in chat if what?
if you've never cheated on a significant other or have never been party to cheating on someone cheating on a significant other.
Never been party to it?
Yeah, like been the person that somebody was cheating with.
I don't see any numbers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but nobody. I mean, I just
Okay,
see. I
well,
don't
I'm saying it doesn't. But even though people do it all the time, and probably most of the people in here have been a party to it one way or another, doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay, but it doesn't make them bad people, does it? You just asked, why am I not thinking the worst of this person? Well,
Well,
which
it
gives
just seems like you're
if
not
that's all, if
acknowledging.
that's the only reason she's giving me that, and then it just so happens to be tied to a murder case, then yeah, I have no reason to think the worst of her.
Well, I'm just saying, it seems like you're ignoring the fact that she was well aware of what she was getting into with a married man with children. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying she knew that he was going to kill her and the kids. I'm just saying she knew she was in a risky situation. She knew the wife was coming back. You know, I just don't think she's as innocent as you're playing her out to be.
I'm not saying she's as innocent as you think that I'm playing her out to be. I'm not saying that she's innocent. I'm saying she's innocent of murder. That I'm definitely saying she's innocent.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah. What I'm saying is we all do questionable things. It doesn't make us bad people. I think that the punishment that she's one of the most hated women in America right now. And punishment doesn't fit the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that she deserves to have her entire identity fucked simply because she had made a bad decision in who she was going to sleep with.
Well, she's just very unlucky.
Imagine if that happened to any one of us, man. That's fucked up. That's awful.
It is fucked up.
That doesn't make her a bad person.
And I never said she was a bad person. I don't know what kind of person she is.
What I'm saying, she doesn't deserve to have her entire life turned completely upside down, and now she has to pretty much live in hiding.
Well, you know who she has to thank for that is him.
Because she had poor judgment over who she spread her legs to. That's not fair. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I somewhat agree with you.
It's just easier it's easier for women to be like, no, she deserves that.
I'm just saying it takes two. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see her. I mean, I don't know how innocent she is. I don't know what she knew. I don't know what they talked about.
That's what I'm saying. The way she describes it is she made it seem like, I mean, she was really highly attracted to this guy. Mm-hmm. In her eyes, he was a roughneck who was capable of stability, and he was a hardworking, hard hat wearing fucking oil guy. You know what I'm saying?
And he was trim and fit.
Right, and good looking, great smile, and she was attracted to this, and so she wants to believe that what he tells her is the truth. Mm-hmm. She wants to believe that he loves his wife, but it's not working out, so they're separating.
But you don't know her personality either.
And they're capable of remaining friends. Like,
you don't know her personality, though. She could have been really manipulative. You don't know.
I think she's very capable of being very manipulative. Absolutely.
They just were not a good mix.
But I don't think that she had anything to do with manipulating him into any decisions that he made. I think that she she wanted a good time, and she wanted to make herself out to be this innocent princess in the process, this prim and proper girl who just had strong sexual appetites, and it made her come off as shady because she wasn't open about it. That's all I think it was.
Oh boy! All right, well, I'm gonna agree to disagree on that one.
That's fine.
Because I don't know how I feel about her knowledge or her manipulation of Chris, and
that's just theory. I don't know.
I'm not taking the blame off him at all. I don't want people to think that, because I've already I've already had people coming at me saying I'm a Watts supporter and stuff. I just want to know, and it's just more like I want to know how it all went down, because we've heard so many different versions. Like, I just would love to know how it all went down. I don't think we'll ever know. That's what drives everybody crazy.
And I don't, right. And that's the thing, is like, even if she were to come out, like right now, like, let's just say she was lurking in this live right now, and then she decided to call in. You know, she decided to, hey, I'm gonna clear the air right now. Nobody's gonna really believe what she says.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna really
She's
believe what she says.
screwed. Yeah, she's damned if she.
Right.
Yeah.
Like everybody involved, I think, is suspected to lying. You know,
For sure.
I don't believe the Rue chicks. I don't believe a word none of those fucking people say. I don't believe a fucking word Cindy Watts says. I don't. That's why I don't follow this case anymore.
The
As far
whole
as,
thing is a shit show.
right. I don't. There's nobody involved in this case anymore that has any credibility with me at all. Nobody. Like the minute that fucking Frankie Ruchek started fucking latching on to Molly Golightly, I was like, this is a fucking circus.
Oh my god.
I was like, this is asinine.
And it just keeps getting worse.
Sure.
It just keeps getting
Right.
worse.
And then this chick writing a book. I'm like, man, you know, and what does she do? She goes straight to the liar, the biggest, the one who's been the only person in the scenario that's proven to be a liar. She goes to him as though that's the source of credibility to go to. And it's like, no, man, like
I know.
I'm not buying a book based on what the fuck this guy says. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's my whole thing is like, you know, she's on Kay's, and this is not to shit on Kay, you know, I'm saying, but I'm tripping out because she was on Kay's live tonight trying to get recoup expenses from the book being leaked. So she's trying to gain donations for what she lost from the book being leaked.
Wait. What? Say that again?
Yeah, that's what I was listening to. She's trying to get donations from people to try to recoup the money that she lost from the book being leaked, the sales that she lost with.
Well, wait a minute.
Which is smart, but
I'm so confused.
But I'm laughing. I'm laughing at that because and I even made the comment. I probably shouldn't have, but I made the comment in her chat, and I was like, so lady, your demographic is a cesspool of fucked up people. The people that you planned on selling this book to is a cesspool, a shit show of fucking people, and fucked up people at that. And you're shocked that it got leaked. Like when you look at these Watts groups, it's nothing but people stabbing each other in the back. You know, and
I don't understand why she would ever share that with anyone before she released it. I don't understand that, sharing that PDF. That is so dumb. That's like the dumbest thing you could do.
To anyone, why would you do that?
Dude, she had everything right in her fucking palm of her hand, and she blew it. She fucking blew it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why did you do that? You know,
and she had
you're sitting here shocked that it happened. Like, come on, man. You know, and then you expect me to take you seriously as an intelligent journalist? No.
Yeah,
no. I can't lie.
Dude, she straight up blew it. She blew it.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like this whole thing.
Like, dude, Sherilyn, stop going live, man.
Nobody, literally nobody involved in this case has any credibility with me anymore.
Yeah, you know? I'm with you.
Nobody does, dude.
But I still want to talk about it, and I still want to know what the fuck happened.
See, I already know what happened.
You don't, though. You weren't in that house. Like, I want to know how it all went down. I want details.
Why?
I guess it's morbid curiosity.
All right, at least you admit it, but it's why? You're never going to. You're never going to know.
I know, and I think that's what drives everyone nuts, is that they're hoping for that.
Why can't you just come to peace and just come to terms with the fact that you're never going to fucking know?
Because I don't think everything is out there yet.
It is out there.
It isn't, though.
Dude. Okay.
You know how many pages of discovery were redacted?
That's what. Get the fuck out of my face with that. Do you know how many pages of that discovery are totally irrelevant to the case?
Oh my goodness. But why not release them? Let us read them all.
Whatever. All I did was save paper. They were like, "This is fucking not worth it."
Whatever.
That's all that was. That was just inner office.
So not true.
Inner office economics.
Well, you know, a lot of people
conspiracy. It's bullshit.
A lot of people think there were interviews in there that weren't brought to light. Which I'm not all conspiracy about it. Yeah, I mean, I want to know what happened.
No, and and what's funny is Kay in her life, she was saying the same fucking thing. Like, we deserve a trial. We should have gotten a trial. And she kept saying that. We get a trial. Not Chris gets a trial, which Chris should have gotten a trial. She didn't say that. She said we should have gotten a trial.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. It's not we. It's not.
Yeah, because everybody wants to know.
Yeah, no, because everybody wants to fucking be in the shit. And it's like, dude, these are people with their lives, and the only reason, that's the other reason, these people, I have no fucking credibility, they have no credibility with me, is the fact that they fucking latch onto YouTubers. Cindy Watts talking back and forth with Kay. Like, how are you going to, dude, okay, I love Kay and I love you, but there's no fucking way that if I'm directly involved in a murder case, a family member of mine is involved in a murder case, that I'm going to disrespect the memory of my murdered family members by sitting there and talking to a couple of fucking YouTube yahoos, dude.
I agree with
I'm
you
not doing that shit.
150%.
I'm not doing that
Absolutely.
shit. So I can't take Cindy Watts fucking seriously. I can't take any of these fucking people seriously. You know? It's a whole ridiculous thing that I can't, there's nothing else to get from it. There's just a bunch of crazy people running their mouths and gossiping. It's all it is now.
I agree with you there. 100%. I agree with that. I'm not going to argue that. But the thing is, wait a second. Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
That was weird. I started cutting out. Like, you started cutting out. Did you hear all that background noise?
No.
It was like crackling and stuff. It was really
Oh my
weird.
God.
What? Oh my God, what?
You think Cindy Watts is listening?
I don't know, dude. It was right when you started talking about that. Now you got me all freaked out. I was just bugged. No, but I totally agree. I would not be anywhere near this shit show on YouTube. But you know what? You got the other family commenting and all these different lives, you know?
Yeah, and then I got this Carla Duggs person, dude. God, she's such a troll.
She is?
I never said that, man.
You said you'd never speak of the Watts again. You have said that a few times.
No, I haven't. I said that I wasn't gonna make it a thing on my channel.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's, in all fairness, he's not on his channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa. Oh, hey, Lisa. Lisa called in the other day. That's Lisa. Lisa, I wanted you to email me. I'm glad you're here. 3:20 in the morning. All these people are here.
It's for real,
man.
dude.
People, insomnia is real.
Whatever.
Oh.
And it's always the same people saying the same shit. Denial. Blah blah blah. No, man. I've never denied that I have my opinions on this case. I've never denied that.
Carla Duggs just said she's not a troll, dude. She comments on your channel all the time. She loves your content.
She's just being manipulative.
Will feels like a dick now.
No, Will doesn't. Will never feels like a dick.
He knew that. He was just playing. He was just playing Carla. Carla, I've seen you around too.
Carla's like, what the fuck?
She's like, dude, I'm not a troll.
I fucked with my mods earlier today. It was funny.
What do you mean?
No, they said Shannon sent a meme about Epstein, you know, the whole Epstein thing, and I can't remember what it was, but it was just it was funny because it had something to do with Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, and then like I like to pretend like I'm all serious about things, and then I said something about Courtney, and then Shannon got kind of weirded out because I came off like I was getting mad, and then she just kept texting stuff because she was overthinking, and I just kind of let it go, and then I fed it a little bit more, and then And she's like, "You're not seriously mad, are you?" And I'm like, "No." It's like, name me one time you guys have actually seen me get mad.
Well, you can't mess with
Like,
people when they're overthinking either.
yeah, the closest I ever get mad about anything is when I'm on live here and I rant about shit. That's like the closest thing I get to mad, but it which is not even close to mad. Like, I'm never actually mad. I just get passionate about things and talk and
And don't shut up about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. I know.
Connie says we're all trolls. Carla says, thanks, Jay, for having my back.
Oh, I'm the biggest troll of them all.
I got you, Carla. I'm going to let him call you a troll. Not on my watch. Oh, shit. All right. Well, it's almost 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's probably time to call it. Yeah.
It is. It is. Well, thanks for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me. I had a really good time. Thanks for saving me from my live.
Oh, geez. Your live was fine. You could have stayed on, you know.
I could have, but it was starting to turn into watch shit.
Well, so, look what the first hour of this turned into.
Can't have that there. Yeah, and the last hour.
Oh, Carla, when did you send me that email? Oh, no. You're the one that sent me that email about the private eye. I forwarded that to her mom, to Roxana. She's so grateful for you guys. You guys sent her so many. Dude, there's so many people that have helped this lady that were in chat. It's insane. It's like the coolest thing.
No, and I'm gonna clear up the Carla thing, by the way.
What do you mean, clear it up?
I'm gonna clear it up.
What are we clearing up?
She's one of those people. Like, she's not a troll. She's definitely not a troll. I'm joking, and she does comment on my channel. She's always very nice. She seems
really super sweet.
She is super sweet, but she's one of those people that kind of like I want to be very careful here because people think there's, because of whatever's going on between you and Kay, that if I'm talking to you, that I'm taking a side, or if I'm talking to Kay, then I'm taking a side, and it's ridiculous. So she is one of those people that like noticed that I was, Kay and I were probably not going to go live together. Everything that we had planned on doing was pretty much on hold. We had just kind of said, well, it's not happening right now. Maybe we'll get around to it. But we never really said we weren't going to do it. Like, you did ask me why, and I told you why. But it just kind of went, it kind of went on hold. She was distracted with all her personal stuff that she addresses on her lives. I wanted to go a different route, and it was just that simple. Mm-hmm. But we stayed cool. But there were comments made from people like, oh, I'm glad you saw the light, and and then they make comments like you see Kay for the person that she really is. And look, I gotcha. None of that bullshit took place. Okay, so I'm gonna take.
Okay, well, that's not clearing up Carla. You're back on Kay again.
No, I'm explaining what kind of dynamic I had with Carla. So
okay.
That's what happened. She was one of those people who make comments of that nature.
Well, Carla obviously feels strongly in her convictions and her beliefs.
And that's okay.
It's okay. And it's logical, Will. It's logical for people to think that. It's logical.
It's not.
It is.
Actually.
No, it really is.
It's not logical if I'm sitting here and I'm making it a point to say I'm not on anyone's side. I don't give a shit about whatever is going on between either one of you.
Well, with that being said, I have to ask, have you gotten screamed at yet for talking to me?
I have not, but I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Oh, well, you will be tomorrow.
Well, maybe, but you're not going to know about it.
Whatever. I don't want to know about it, honestly.
Right.
I get enough emails and screenshots and bullshit.
Yeah, that is not the nature of how I want this dynamic to go.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that because I don't want it either. It's totally irrelevant. Actually,
I like this dynamic, and I don't want to be associated with any feuding that's going on between.
No drama. No drama.
That's not what I'm saying. You know, like
No, I'm saying no drama here.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want no drama.
Yeah. So I'm just
You
being
can
abundantly
like whoever you
about
want. You know what? I don't care who my subs listen to. I don't give a shit. They like somebody because they like their content or they whatever they like about them. It's not for me to say, oh, if you listen to her, then you don't like me, and why
that.
are
I
you
mean,
here?
yeah, that's the kind of thing that I just naturally will just gravitate away from. If somebody's like, you know, who are you to be talking to that other person and blah blah blah? Do you know what this person said about me, or do I like? I don't want to hear it. You know, that has nothing to do with me. Wait,
I think stop while you're ahead. I think Connie's right. He loves it.
loves what?
Just what you were talking about.
No, I don't. I don't. I really don't.
Connie, he says no. But Roger says you're fucked. He
I'm
said,
not fucked.
Will, you're going to be in big trouble, bro. I got blocked and
Fuck.
kicked out of 20 groups for heart reacting to any of Jen's picks. He hearted my granddaughter's pick and he got screamed at.
But see, I care if that happens. You know, like if all of a sudden that I'm seen as an enemy because of who I associate with, then that's you creating that dynamic between us. Because I'm not. I know who I
Me?
am, and I know. No, not you. I'm saying anybody who does
Oh, I thought you were
anybody.
saying that about me.
No. I'm saying if somebody has a problem with who I'm talking to, and they somehow give me some unspoken ultimatum about it, then you know,
Yeah,
fuck them.
that's ridiculous. Anybody, yeah.
Right. Like I could literally like well not now because I'm gonna go to fucking sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning, but Kay could be like, hey, let's do a live tomorrow, and I'd be like, sure, because I love talking to Kay. You know, it won't happen. If I'm a realist, but I'm saying I would, and it would be fine.
Right,
You know?
right. You'd be willing, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't really want people to associate like what I do with her. I mean,
I'd be saying the same shit there as I am here.
right.
I'd be saying all the exact same shit. So, you know, I don't see the issue.
There is no issue.
Yeah.
There really isn't. So let's
There's
not create a problem when there's not one here.
You guys are the ones that brought it up.
You guys, I was just reading a chat.
Yeah, I'm saying you guys. Yeah, but you're agreeing with the people in the chat.
Well,
so
I'm just seeing it from both sides. That's all. I can see where they're coming from. I think it's logical for some people to say that to you, like, "Oh, you finally figured it out. You finally."
I think it's logical to understand.
You will get to that point.
Logic in them saying it. No,
we will be sitting here, and you will say, "Oh, I can already see it happening." You're going to be sitting here one night, and we're going to be chatting, and you're going to say, "You know, I thought that people were crazy saying that shit. Now I see why people were saying that."
Negative. That's never gonna happen.
We'll see. Just remember this moment.
It's never gonna happen.
Remember this moment.
You remember it.
I will for sure, because you will be sitting here and you will be saying, God, I have to apologize. Who was that girl I called a troll? I have to apologize to her. Because
troll was a strong word. I'm just saying.
But you're gonna be apologizing because you'll see.
Some people troll and they don't even realize it. You know,
we'll just have to remind Will of this.
If you're not listening to what I'm saying when I say, hey, listen, I don't give a fuck about J and K's bullshit, then that's on you that you're not listening to what I'm saying when I say that, because I don't give a fuck about it. No, but
dude, what I'm saying is you're gonna figure it out on your own. And when you do, we'll all be sitting here and that's what we'll hear you say. But we'll just wait for that day to come, Will. Because it'll be here. Probably sooner than you think. Right, Roger?
Negative.
Okay. Anyways, enough about that topic.
Yeah.
But this was fun. This was definitely fun.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a really good time.
Me too. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, I'm down.
Even though Roger says you're fucked.
Fucked how? What you gonna do?
Who knows?
stop talking to me.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you know.
What are you gonna do? You can't please everybody. Oh, Finn says never say never. You said you wouldn't talk Watts either.
Dude, I never said that I was never gonna talk Watts again. I probably have in the heat of anger. Like
Everybody's holding you to that though.
In the heat of like mad frustration, I've probably gone, fuck this subject. I'm never talking this shit again because like people piss me off so bad. But then I'm always like, I always throw the disclaimer where I'm like, look, it's an interesting, like I followed the case closely, so I have opinions about it still to this day. And like if the subject about the case comes up and I hear somebody say some shit that doesn't make any sense about the case, I'm gonna totally fucking dispute it. Blah blah blah. You know, I do that, you know, because it's a case that I did follow closely. But, you know, I just in the bullshit around it, I don't want any of it.
Yeah.
I don't want any of
I
it.
don't either.
Or else you'd hear me talk about it on my channel all the time. I never do.
But you'll realize where everybody's coming from. That's all I meant. Like you're gonna be sitting here going, damn. That went right over my head, Jay.
Whatever.
I'm just messing around with you. All right, go to bed. And it was fun talking to you.
It was fun talking to you too.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right. See you guys later. Good night.
Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for having me in her chat.
Yeah, who was the one you called a troll again? Connie? Not Connie.
No, it wasn't Connie.
Carla.
Me and Connie have had our words too. But I like Connie.
It's Carla. It's Carla, the sweet, innocent one with the sunrise as her profile picture.
Yeah, because that's, you know, whatever. Show
Carla,
me a face.
I got your back, girl.
Show me a face. Give me that sunrise bullshit. Like, I'm on to you.
Well, you ain't showing no face.
I used to. I did before. And then I found it to be like, I don't know. I got weird about, I'm like that. I have weird thoughts.
Oh my God. All right. We'll talk about that in the next live. Will's weird thoughts.
Probably not.
I don't know if anybody wants to know.
Nah.
Okay. Might be a little scary.
Nah, yeah.
All right. Well, everybody have a great night. Have a wonderful Monday, I guess. Monday, tomorrow? Today?
All right. Hey, Jay.
What?
Tell me if this sounds like somebody hanging up.
Funny. Roger, you crack me up. All right, guys, it's fucking late and I'm tired. Thanks for sticking around, you guys. 136 of you still here. We went for 3 hours. That was a lot of fun, though. All right, I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow or today sometime. Lisa, if you could email me, I want to talk with you. I have a little plan. I don't know. I wanted to talk to you about maybe collabing on my channel. Just not about that stuff. Just about anything. I liked talking to you. Like, I don't know. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. So send me an email. All right. It's J is for justice at gmail.com. Yes, Oni, for sure. Yep. You had your cosmetologist license. Yep, because I got the stuff from that beauty supply store. And I also, you were able to get makeup for me at discounts. You're welcome. I'm just telling the truth. All right, guys. Love ya. Good night.